Yo, what is going on, Critical Ops fans, and welcome to Critical Ops Worlds. It is finally here. Crazy, we're here doing the first stream here on the Mobile Esports channel. This is round 2, Saints versus Crossfires here in the Age region. I am Sudden Death, and I'm joined by Manthus. How you doing, sir?
Pretty great. And like you said, it's pretty exciting that we're here with the World Championships. It's a pretty good feeling that we're doing, the first stream. We have a couple of good games for you guys today. But before we get into that, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the format of the tournament, how it's going to be organized and all that. So just to let you all know, currently we are in the preliminaries round 2. And so basically, we're going to be looking at these group stages here. There's 32 teams divided into 8 groups, so 4 teams per group. It's going to be a double elimination format, meaning 2 wins to move on and 2 losses to be eliminated. And every single match in the Worlds is a best of 3 up until like the extremely later stages. And so for the conferences, it's going to be 16 teams divided into 2 brackets in a single elimination format. It's going to be the Americas, meaning North America and South America, going versus Eurasia, meaning Europe/Asia. And then after that, the conference finals are going to be a best of 5. That's going to be for the top teams from those regions. And then the winners of the conference finals will be going to the grand finals, and that's going to be the Americas versus Eurasia winner. And the winner of this match is going to be the champion. That grand final, by the way, is a best of 7, played over 2 days, obviously, and it kind of makes sense because it's going to be pretty long as far as the overall format. But that's just a little breakdown for how that format's going to be working. Sudden Death, you want to go ahead and take away that prize pool?
Oh, I most definitely do. I'm pretty sure this is the biggest Critical Ops prize pool we have ever had. Total prize money to be won is 25,000 USD. And personally, what I'm most excited about is a championship ring there for the champion team, glove and knife combo, and then 25,000 credits as well. That's what the champions are playing for. That's what you want to get. That's what everybody's going for. The runner-up there in second place will receive $6,000 USD, a glove and knife combo, 15,000 credits. Third place, 3,000 USD, knife combo, and then 10,000 credits. Going down to fourth place, where there's still some cash to be won, is $1,000, 1,000 USD, knife combo, and then 5,000 in-game credits. Fifth through eighth place, again, some more cash there to be won, 500 USD, and then 3,000 credits. And then the most valuable player, or the MVP award, which we'll be doing to 1 player per region. This is addition to any money that they were to win, will be 250 US. Let's take a look here at the schedule, man. Does you want to go over that?
Yeah, so you guys can see our schedule. And so currently, as you guys can see, we are in the preliminaries round 2. The orange dates represent the matches that will be streamed. Obviously, we did decide to go ahead and stream the preliminaries for the 12th and the 13th. And then starting from the 19th, we will be having more official streams with the conference matches and stuff like that. And that will be next weekend once again. And that is our November schedule. This is advancing over to December, I believe, as well, for more future matches. So yeah, you can see the December schedule on stream right now. Starting off with those conference finals, and then it will be moving on into the third place and grand finals the following weekend. And yeah, as you can see, we do have 2 days of grand final streams, just to spread out that best of seven, make it a bit more balanced for these teams, so they don't have to play it all in one day.
Yep,
Um,
most definitely. What should be popping up here on screen now are the teams that are participating, the qualified teams that made it here to Worlds. They've gathered points via circuit as well as other tournaments to go ahead and participate here. And you can see them up on screen right now. Asia, Europe, North America, and South America. Got a lot of familiar names up there, as well as maybe a couple surprise ones.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you got like 8 teams per region, usually you only pay attention to like the top four or something, especially when it comes to like considering they've played in circuit finals in the past. So seeing 8 teams per region instead of four, I mean, it can give some teams that usually don't get the spotlight a chance to shine. I think we're going to be seeing that a lot during Worlds, especially with these double elimination brackets in the groups here. Speaking of which, I believe we can go ahead and take a look at some of these groups just so you guys can see who's playing. Right now on screen, it's going to be showing the Asia group. I believe this is actually from the group that we're going to be watching today. You can already see some of the games have been played off stream. I believe right now we are about to watch Saints versus Crossfire.
Yep.
Um, and so the winner of that game obviously is going to move on to the conference rounds, and then the loser will have to play versus Team Aries, and the winner of that game will move on as well. So right now, Team Aries, they are currently fighting for that win, because if they lose, they are knocked out of the tournament.
Exactly. Saints versus Crossfire is what is coming up here, folks. The preliminaries Group B in the Asia region. Prepare for that. Let us know your predictions down in the comment section down below. You can see the match schedule coming up here for this weekend. Of course, this stream right now you're watching is the Asia stream, which is Saints versus Crossfire. Coming up later today will be Axel Gaming versus Evil Vision in the South American region. I believe that's going to be around, or you can see the times actually on there converted in all different time zones. You can go ahead and convert if you need a little bit more assistance there. And then tomorrow we have the Europe and North America regions casting. A lot of fun critical ops matches coming up, as Mantis already mentioned. They are all best of threes.
Yeah, and then as you guys can see on screen right now, we have something kind of a little new thing we're introducing. So we did just release a voting system for Worlds. So you guys can go ahead and vote for your favorite team based on points. The more points you place, obviously, the more you can win or lose. Uh, I know they will give you a little warning not to vote for all of them, because if you put up all your points and you lose them, then you can't vote anymore. So you got to make sure you save some points. Overall, 20,000 COPS credits for the prizes. So that's right, you can actually win in-game credits just from going on the Mobile Esports website and voting for these teams that are playing. So you can show off your prediction skills and stuff like that, and essentially just climb up the leaderboard as far as points won from those voting. So it's a nice little way for the community to, give their predictions on matches and also get a chance to win some credits. So it's a very nice new feature that we've added for World Championships, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the votes that come out in the future.
Yes, most definitely. And also, if you guys get some crazy prediction skills, you surprise me in the chat sometimes. And then you surprise me sometimes by how wrong you are. Curious to see. Anyways, folks, upcoming match here. Here we go. Saints versus Crossfire, the best of three. This is the first match of Worlds that is being streamed. Super excited to go ahead and hop on into this. Let's go ahead and take a look at Team Crossfire. Manthus, what's sticking out to you?
Crossfire, I mean, we can see it's kind of a bit of a mixture as far as the experience. I mean, we have a couple players, like you can see right there, one player has 67 maps, and then several of them also have, like under 20. So kind of, mixed experience all around. It looks like this team might be a bit newer though, as far as overall maps played when it comes to tournaments, because they just don't have as many maps as I've seen from other teams in the past. Um, their ratings also generally a bit lower than normal. I typically see like 1.5, like 1.2 to 1.5 average. So these ratings are looking kind of low for this team. Again, the Crossfire might be one of those teams I was talking about before, where they're not necessarily always like the top four. Maybe they'll get a chance to shine today, but you never know. Yeah, we can see here their previous experience. They didn't really place much in Circuit Season 4 or Embers of Victory. In fact, their only major tournament experience, I put some up here, is Circuit Season 5 where they got 6th place. So, definitely I would say they're probably lacking the major experience. That's probably what's bringing them down as far as their overall statistics. But I mean, hey, you never know. I mean, they could pull through. It kind of just depends on the matchup and stuff like that.
Most definitely. I mean, if you watched Circuit Season 5, the Asia Grand Finals, I mean, we had some crazy things that happened. It was the underdogs weekend for sure. Maybe we'll see that again here in this matchup between Saints and Crossfire. Speaking of Saints, let's go ahead and take a look at them. Manthis, you want to take that away?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can see the Saints information as well. Um, So yeah, taking a look at the Saints roster again, that is more of the rating that I typically see from teams that, have played in circuit a lot. You can see their ratings are all over the place. I mean, 1.57, we're in the 1.5s and even higher, and the lowest rating is 1.18. So I mean, yeah, these teams are definitely much more you can tell that Saints is going to be a bit more experienced, and also they just have a much more of a star lineup. I mean, you have McLaren, Legion, Kira, already some amazing players that many people know. Obviously, everyone on that roster is important. I'm just noting some players that I recognize personally.
Yeah, most
And we can
definitely.
also see their placements. I mean, look at that. Circuit Season 4, they ended up placing second place in the finals. Embers of Victory, they went to the semifinals. And then Circuit Season 5, they had some good placements in Main 1 and 2. I believe there might have been some disqualification or something. We have a bit of an invalid match for the grand finals. But either way, they do have a lot more experience as compared to their opponents. Again, like you were saying, we had a bit of an underdog weekend for the Asia Grand Finals, so I feel like this could go either way potentially. But definitely Saints has the better stats overall.
Yeah, definitely agree. I mean, you can see that right there. The placement and the Ember victories. I actually remember casting that. Circuit Season 5 did a lot better than Circuit Season 4, but still some good placements there. Fifth place twice, and then getting to the finals there for second place. Overall, if I was a betting man, if I was going over there to the Mobile Sports, but I'd be saying, definitely be going with Saints here. But again, like you said, stats don't tell the whole story. Community votes popping up on screen. You can see the community is definitely feeling that way. They voted 77% in favor of Team Saints, while only Crossfire received 23% of the vote. So Crossfire definitely coming in as the underdog here.
Yeah, and I guess one other thing to point out, if I'm not mistaken, the way that percentage works, so the way the votes work is it's actually based on the number of points that people gamble. So, base essentially it could be 77% because people are gambling more points on Saints than Crossfire. Well, I guess not gamble, but they're just putting in more points towards Saints versus Crossfire. But I mean, you never know. I mean, either way, the point is Saints they do have more points invested in them.
Yeah, most definitely. Chat, let us know your predictions down in the comment section as well as going on over there to let your voice be heard at the bot. Links are in the video description down below. We should be starting here in just a couple of minutes. Everybody's finishing up here in the room. Again, let your voices be heard. Go ahead and vote over on the bot and let us know who you think will be taking map number one here. It's going to be on Grounded. Grounded should be an interesting map for the first map. You can see some big coalition leads that sometimes happen on this map, which puts you at a disadvantage if you get that breach side to start with. I have noticed that a lot more teams have been working on the breach side, practicing the strategies, utilizing the utilities a little better, and I've seen some closer matches here on the overall on grounded coming from the breach. Coalition do seem to still have the edge in almost every single case.
Yeah, and especially we're about to be playing on Grounded here in just a second, and I think it is going to be very interesting as far as how the gameplay is gonna be looking, how early we're gonna be seeing the snipers and all that. A lot of trivial things potentially happening when we head into Grounded, which we will be heading into that shortly. We're kind of waiting on these teams to make sure they are ready. We do have a lot of amazing assets and stuff that are made for these streams. We're saving some of them for the later streams on the official COPS channel, which will be in roughly 2 weeks. But overall, I mean, you know, hopefully we have a good show for you guys, and we should be hopping into the match here in just a couple of seconds.
Yep, we'll go ahead and get rid of our semi-attractive faces and hop in here to what everybody actually came to see. Crossfire versus Saints here. This is the first map in Worlds we're gonna be playing here. These guys got a lot to live up to here. No pressure though. Chat again. Let your voices be heard. Go ahead and vote in the bot for who's going to be taking map number 1 here. I know a lot of you already have. Before we hop on into it, though, something you should go ahead and take advantage of right now. Code Esports Mobile. Get 20% off at gfuel.com. That is any G Fuel product world. We're going to have streams for, as you saw on the calendar, over the next month. You're going to want to go ahead and get yourself something to help take the edge off in between matches. G Fuel definitely has you covered. Whether you're participating in the actual Worlds tournament, you're just watching, G Fuel is the place to go. You can see here multiple promos coming up. And again, you can use code esports mobile at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase on any G Fuel product. Once again, that's code esports mobile to get 20% off any product on gfuel.com. All right, bringing the semi-attractive faces back for one more minute. Apologize about the folks who try not to leave them on screen too often or too much so we don't crack any screens. I know how expensive those devices are getting. But again, players just finishing up everything in the background, making sure everything is on the up and up so we can go ahead and hop on into map number 1. Again, taking place on Grounded. I was looking at the stats between both of these teams here over on the Mobile Esports bot. Take a look at Crossfire AU. They've played a total of 4 times, won 2, lost 2. Again, we saw they didn't have as many stats compared to Saints. And when you come down here, you take a look at Saints. This is Saints' best map. This is their best map. They have won over 12 times, only losing twice. That is a hell of a ratio right there. This is a map they're coming into very, very strong on. Crossfire should know this. You hope they got a couple things up their sleeve. But either way, this is with the Browns playing the Buccaneers or something. You just got a team that's a little bit more seasoned. They got a little more experience on their team coming into this. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you were saying, they definitely have the experience. Saints do as far as stats on grounded. I mean, they've played it so many times. You can definitely tell that they're going to be prepared for this match. Kind of curious. I wonder who picked what map. It would make sense if Saints picked grounded because I do believe it's like their highest or
Yeah,
most
it
played
is.
map out of all of them. So definitely interesting to see grounded. I'm curious overall about the gameplay and how these teams handle it. I think it's going to depend on who picks what side, because if you have a good start and you are dominating, you're hitting the sniper shots and all that, I think you can have a lot of impact in getting that mental game with the opponents. So I definitely think, the start to this and whoever starts on what side is going to have a big impact. We are going to be heading into the match very shortly. Not 100% sure if we have a knife round or not. I do believe we will be knifing so that they can pick sides. So obviously, yeah, if you are Crossfire, you want to try and pick the side that will give Saints the worst start possible. You want to try and get them to feel a bit unconfident in themselves.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal there. We'll see what happens. Tool coming in striking first. A lot of yellow there right there. God is going to go ahead and finish off Legion there, and we'll go ahead and have the teams choose sides. Again, coalition sided map here on Grounded. Very coalition sided, typically, the way this map plays out. I've seen some huge run ups. I think this is probably, I'd like to know the stats on it. I don't have it offhand, but I bet that it is. I think this is probably like the map most teams get like 13-5 on. Like there's a double ratio in terms of points won versus points scored from each team's 13-5 is really common on this map.
Oh yeah, this map is definitely like a lot of rounds happen on the coalition side. I definitely say I don't know if it's the most because I've definitely seen some worse ones. Like, hey, for example, we've seen some pretty interesting sword gameplay where it's been
Yeah.
25 coalition rounds and 0 breach rounds.
Yep.
Um, so I mean, but definitely I know what you mean. And it does look like as we head into this match, I believe Crossfire is going to be starting on the coalition side and Saints on the breach side. So this is going to be a little bit interesting, and we're heading into this round right now. In fact, we can already see the buys showing up on screen for everyone. But yeah, a lot of Deagles in play on the side of Saints, which is a little bit interesting. It looks like they're going to opt to go for B anyways, which does seem to be, the better side if you're rocking Deagles. You get to take advantage of those long-range gunfights. Only downside being they're not going to be rocking any armor with these Deagles, so if they get breathed on just a little bit by these XD45s, they could get shut down. A
Yeah.
little bit of gunfights happening, not really too much encounters yet. We can see their push up very far into B mid. Maybe an altercation happening A mid here in a second. Axis opens up with one already onto XC. Oh man, how is this guy still alive? Airy finally gets dropped, but Saints were able to get a couple opening picks on B, and they do have an easy bomb plan, even able to plant open, not even being contested from A mid. So that is how you know Saints are feeling confident. I mean, they have the map control, they have the open plant. Everything in the book says Saints will win this pistol round.
Yeah, Saints definitely looking very good here. 3 players up to live here. Bomb trying to be planted, and there it is. It has been dropped. Blitz moving back and forth here, trying to prevent that Blitz from coming in here from the Coalition. Player coming from behind, Legion and Reborn here striking. Reborn actually not able to drop anybody, but making a little bit of noise over here, making them feel a little uncomfortable. Blitz landing a shot. Reborn dueling back and forth here inside a waiting room. Axis getting a big shot there on Merrily, and it's all up here to Blitz to finish God off. Saints taking that first pistol round, getting that bomb planted. They should have a good amount of cash to work with as they move into round number 2. The glass cannon effect working very well for Team Saints there.
Yeah, interestingly enough, and I think it's just because they got so much map control on B. I mean, you're not winning. There's no scenario where you should win that retake,
Yep.
especially, like even if it was swapped and you have, the team that's not as good planning open there, they still should win that round so easily just because of how much map control was given up. And once again, Crossfire kind of going for a similar setup. I mean, they are eco, so maybe they just want to try and, stack heavier towards one side and hope that it works out in their favor. It looks like they were going to predict incorrectly, though. Twirl's going to have to put in some work here. But he's already getting flashed a bit. I wonder if he'll find one on this cross. That would be a very huge pick. But no, he's going to get flashed again. He can't even see anything right now. And he's just going to get dropped. He probably thought he was safe behind cover. Axis opening up with a 2K with that AK-47. Merrily trying to put in the work, but they can't really find any shots right now. The smokes have just been well executed by Saints. Airy finding another. Just make that a double, and yeah, triple up for Airy at the end there. Just an incredible take by Saints. I mean, not much you can do if you're Crossfire, considering you got to retake that, and you don't have any guns. It's just not going in your favor from the rip.
Yeah, most definitely. Started off there in a difficult spot from the start of round number 2. Coming into round number 3, they should have a little more cash to work with. You can see they're going to buying up. Armor coming in. Super 90 being pulled out there by Twill. A couple M4s as well as an AUG by Merrily. This should be a closer round. Curious to see how they decide to play this, especially with a shotgun here in the hands of, or actually, I was saying Twill. It's actually Twirl. I missed the R there. Twirl, see how he can go ahead and spin this shotgun to his advantage. Minute 28 here on the clock. We're now trying to feel each other out. Team in a difficult spot. He's flashed, and Reborn is going to be the first to strike here. Quickly traded out there by Xe. See, Twirl set up with that shotgun. Trying to make Axis's head twirl if he comes out that door. Thought we were just about to see it, but he goes ahead and hesitates.
I mean, he does this very good positioning considering he's using a Super 90. As long as Twirl doesn't get over aggressive and try and push into storage. I think if he just holds his ground here, he definitely has a very good spot as far as holding this doorway. I mean, it's such a tight angle. He should win this gunfight unless Axis just pre-fire one-taps him. That's like the only way he should win it. I don't even know if Saints is going to come in. I mean, they still left the bomb in the back. They might try and rotate towards another site if they decide A is too hard to take. It looks like they have secured the bomb over towards the lobby. They're going to be rotating back to B now as well. And yeah, so unfortunately, I thought Toro had a good position, but now they're going to be rotating, and he's going to have a very difficult time retaking unless he can find a gun. Merrily has to put in some work on fire. There's 3 players belongs down. Deal with Vegas running one tap by Axis, immediately deleted out of the game. Airy comes in with this push from Amid as well, and yeah, it's not looking too good for Crossfire. God's able to drop one. His teammate is going to get taken out, and now it is a 1 versus 3 bomb down as well. I don't think Gods is winning this one out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it can become a young God real quick. He already finds one headshot onto Axis. spots out a little pre-fire, but he's getting backstabbed by Airy right now. I don't know if Gods is aware of this. Airy has a demon flank on him right now. And yeah, Airy has spotted him out there, and Saints picking up their third round. Definitely not looking good for Crossfire right now. I mean, you've lost 3 in a row. You're on the Coalition side. Potentially even have to take another eco here. I mean, I suppose they could force up, but it seems not all of them will be choosing to do so. Um, at least some of them are sticking with the pistols, and some of them are buying M4s. So not looking too good for Crossfire right now as far as the start on grounded.
Yeah, having to go back and reset. And Saints, you were talking the coalition side up a lot here, and Saints is putting in a phenomenal job here on the breach side. But again, we were talking about coming into this. This is statistically definitely Saints map. They have played this map numerous times, won over 12 times on this map compared to twice for Team Crossfire. And Saints so far early on here is really letting their experience shine here. Reborn going to find a key now before he's able to do a little bit of damage to Airy. Reborn also going to take down Xe there. 4 players up to live on the side of Crossfire, 2 or 3 up here on the side of I get my teams confused here. Crossfire with 3 players alive, Saints with 4. Merrily trying to work that Deagle's able to land 1 shot, but that's about it. Legion is ultimately going to put him in the ground, and that B bomb site should be easily taken here. Blitz has the bomb as he's running up there quickly and should have that planted.
When look at the flank from Reborn. Once again, they always have a lurker. That's what I like.
Yep. Yeah, Reborn playing the lurker role right here. It's just be coming in through towers.
Oh, man.
I don't know if he's going to have an opportunity to get a kill here. God knows he's kind of in a difficult spot. And a quick little one-tap coming in there from Reborn is going to eliminate God. Saints up 4-0 here as we move into round number 5.
Yeah, we had a bit of a split buy last round. I believe at least this time the team can buy together. As far as all rocking hogs, they're not going to be split up like that. And you definitely don't want to be split buying and giving up rounds because of that. Right now, if you're Crossfire, you really cannot afford to do that. Every round is important at this point.
Axis trying to work that angle there.
Oh, what a wallbang.
Something you gotta do. Crossfire right there, picking up the kill. God was the man with the AUG in his hand. Twirl as well, finding Reborn. He's got to try to get this. He was flashed. He doesn't have enough time to get out of there. Tried to pistol flip. Didn't work out for him. Hakeem going to go ahead and trade it back there on Eerie and merrily putting down Legion. This does seem to be the first round. Crossfire looking here on the board. Axis not going to let it go easily, though. He picks up 1 kill with that U ratio, and he goes ahead and retreats. Make sure he doesn't have anybody approaching him from the rear. He does have the bomb in his hand as well. 3 players to still contend with. You can look here on the mini-map. All the players on Crossfire, very well spread out. 1 over here on A, 1 basically mid-map, and 3rd all the way over there by B. He's able to win this gunfight here. He should be able to get that bomb planted before... I don't know. Xe might be able to make the rotation quickly.
Yeah,
now
the question
has
is...
been given away. Go ahead, sorry.
I was to say the question is, will he stick with a sniper or not? Because sniper is good for a clutch as long as you're very aware of where everyone is, right? You cannot be caught by surprise if you're running a sniper. I can definitely get the kills for you, I guess I should say. But he's gonna whiff the shots there, can't even drop Merrily. I think if he would have killed Merrily, it would have been a different story. But yeah, Crossfire able to secure their first round on the scoreboard. Now 1-4 heading into round 6. Definitely a rough start, but I mean, I still think they could turn this half around. They'd have to win. Yeah, at least make it 7-5 or 8-4. I mean...
Yep. Yeah, most definitely. To see a Scar being thrown here to Xe by Twirl, and then Twirl goes ahead and picks up the ratio that Crossfire just stole from Saints right there. Crossfire definitely set up here with the weaponry to go ahead and put in some work in round number 6. We'll see if Saints will be able to stop them. A is definitely the side of choice here, and they're moving in. Hakeem going to go to back around. Twirl trying to get a repositioned shot there with a sniper rifle. God coming in, should have an easy kill there on Airy. Almost able to return a lot. Blitz coming in, and it's Hakeem and Merrily getting kills respectively. It's a sea of blue right now in the kill feed, and it should be another round going in favor of Crossfire unless Axis and Legion are able to bring this back. Huge shot there by Axis, taking out Twirl, eliminating him. Not even using that sniper rifle anymore on his team. Hakeem is going to drop him and eliminate him, and Legion quickly goes down after that. Crossfire closing the gap Saints has created, only to 2 now.
Yeah, definitely interesting round by Saints. I kind of just tried to brute force that, and it did not work out in their favor trying to push through those smokes. They were able to get 2 easy opening picks on the Saints players, and then everything started to fall apart after that point. And it looks like Saints is actually taking an eco round as well, interestingly enough. So 3 Deagles on there. So I think we'll be pushing B. Xy's about to have a field day with this Scar. He already finds
Oh,
3. Maybe gonna try and get a potential ace. I don't know. Oh, he's not gonna find it. The other players will pick up the other kills. But yeah, a nice little 3K spray down. I think that 20 bullets in the Scar magazine is kind of what took away his potential right there to get a 4K. I mean,
yeah, he was
he was stuck
debating.
with no ammo.
Yeah, no, he was debating between reloading. He's like, nah, I just got to go ahead and hit the reload. This is the first time we're seeing this Scar in any type of major tournament, and you can see how deadly it really can be. As long as it's in the right hands, Xy's showing that he can definitely use it here. Round number 8 coming in. We are 1 round away from being tied in Crossfire. Going to go ahead and work that coalition advantage that the teams usually have here on this map of Grounded. Twirl going to be opening up, finding Reborn here. Got to find a couple warning shots back over there towards storage and go ahead and reposition. There's like there's an energy change here in the room. You can feel Crossfire is definitely a lot more confident, and they're feeling like they can actually go ahead and compete against this team of Saints. They got the weaponry to back it up, and as you mentioned earlier, it's that mental game as well. You know, sometimes maybe you can just stuck with egos, but having that confidence, crossing the line to cockiness, but having the confidence, you can still win rounds even if you're in a difficult spot with weaponry or even utilities.
And I know usually EU is the region to pop off in those eco rounds typically.
Yep.
That's usually the ones where you see the Deagle gameplay coming alive the most. Couple of shots fired from both sides here, but no executes really coming into play quite yet. We see Xe is very low on the B site, but I don't think they'll be pushing him, so at least Crossfire will have a bit of an advantage here. God's gonna get flashed out towards that wagon. He's able to swing and find a 2K. Both players oblivious to the fact that he's ready to swing that very ballsy move by him. And now Axis gets spotted out over by this connector, and yeah, Xy's gonna drop him. Crossfire actually tying it up, which I was not expecting this to happen this early, so definitely they are, you know, picking up the pace as far as having a rough start. I think they could very well put this half in their favor before we head to the flip.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you would expect on the Coalition side, even though Saints just does have a bigger map advantage, or a bigger map history, I guess I would say, compared to Crossfire. But that Coalition side is so powerful here on this map. Oh my gosh, it's going to be beasting and feasting.
Oh
We might
my
actually
God.
see the ace here. He's got an opportunity. It's a quad kill coming in. Double ward, far quad. The Dragons coming in, try to finish off the last one. And Akeem is able to do it. Technically, not an ace in quick succession in game, but I'm going to count it as an ace. Very
An ace is an ace,
there.
okay? You
An
know
ace
what?
is
It
an
was a
ace.
very nice little spray down. You can tell he's definitely got that AUG recoil under control.
Phenomenal play there by Crossfire. Saints, I think, needs to go ahead and spread out a little bit more. I mean, that's really the second time that's happened to them. Xe with the Scar earlier right there by metal detectors, and now you had Akeem doing it. Axis here, striking first, going to put down Xe, preventing from using that Scar. He didn't, I guess he got scarred from it last time. Merrily here going to be beating the players coming out of B long. He sees Blitz, but shoots right over his shoulder. Axis and Blitz getting kills respectively here. Only 2 players alive on the side of Crossfire. That advantage, the momentum they had is about to disappear here as that bomb is going across. Man, the flashbang on this truck here is phenomenal. Each and every time it wears off, another one of the hearings go ahead and re-get that player down. Not even enough time to plant the bomb there. Saints reties it 5-5 here.
Oh yeah, I mean, Twirl, you just see blinded. Oh wait, hold on, you're blinded again. Dude was blinded for like 10 seconds straight. I mean, there's really nothing you can do in that situation.
Yeah.
A little util dump on the tower. That's always my favorite thing to see whenever you play Grounded. But yeah, Saints able to tie it up. Both teams rocking a full buy, and we're about to be into the last round of the half, so it'll be interesting to see who picks up this round. I love to see the aggressive play from Axis. I mean, he's been getting opening picks with the snipers sometimes, and it's definitely a nice little unique way to use that ratio. People who can play aggressive with it like that, they usually find a lot of good value for their team.
Grenades
Bit
going
of
off
a
here.
bit of a BXQ on our hands, I guess you could say. These players grouped up. We do have the lurk from Blitz. I think Crossfire, they're a bit more paranoid about it now. Oh, he's gonna throw the smoke. Yeah, that's gonna let Twirl know he's right there. I think Twirl is a little scared. Maybe he'll try and push up behind them since he hears them running away. I think that's going to be the play for him. Saints trying to cross side now. A lot of util dump coming out and stuff, but they haven't made the cross quite yet. They still have a couple smokes in hand to try and help him out. Oh,
Man,
some opening picks coming out. Twirl getting a pick on that backstab, but he's going to have to put in the work now because
watch
some of the
this.
players have already crossed the site. Oh, the missed shot from Axis, but now Twirl's going to get smoked off. And he's kind of stuck over towards Cafe here while his players have to deal with the 2 on site. Definitely a bit of a tough situation for Crossfire. They're very spread out, and right now Twirl is kind of just pinned in a corner, not really being that useful. If he can find some value, that would be pretty huge, but I highly doubt he'll be able to.
Yeah, trying to wait for that smoke to dissipate. Axis goes ahead and shoots.
Oh!
This is the shot, and he's able to drop that sniper out of there. Here, Reborn getting kills respectively, and it's God coming up, just working it. He's got one more to get with. Ooh, Reborn is definitely going to have to be born again after that shot. Crossfire is going to go ahead and clutch this up. They were down a man, but that lurk there, / flank from Twirl really helping Crossfire out, allows them to take the lead here as we move into round number 12.
You know, that timing was just disgusting for Crossfire. I mean, the sniper just turns his back the second he decides to peek, and that gave him the pick that they needed over towards B-Long. Like, both players turned their backs to him, I guess, technically. But the timing on that just really helped out Crossfire. I did not think they were going to win that, and they pulled through, so very interesting. Saints looking for a bit of a B execute once again. I think Blitz is trying to fake A. He dumped some util over towards storage, but Gods is holding this angle aggressively. He knows there's no one pushing out, so his team is definitely not over-rotating or anything. They're still going to be holding down this B cross. XE with the Scar on this angle should be able to find some huge value. I mean, you have a head glitch, you have a Scar. I mean, that's just the formula for success right there. I don't see how you don't find at least one unless he gets hard scoped off this angle or something.
Yeah, Dev, I believe that was the code in chemistry in class, right? Scar and head glitch equals big reaction, big win. XE already opened it up in that area, picking up a reload. There's Legion going out his hands. Unbelievable. 3K already to this man's name here in round number 12. Trying to go for the 4th. He's able to tag him a couple times. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here.
Oh, the ammo.
You can hear that pin just clicking multiple times. That is a sound of death right there. You gotta be careful.
XE, one more for the ace. He's gonna ace on the final round. Wow. I mean, putting in the work with that Scar. I know, like we were saying before, it doesn't really get too much gameplay when it comes to, you know, since it's been banned most of the time in the past. It's a bit more balanced now, so it's been allowed for the worlds. But yeah, definitely these longer range maps like Grounded and Canals, when you get to hold these head glitches and when you take the longer range fights, the Scar is just such a good weapon. So it's nice to see it working into the meta. I mean, XE putting in the work in that previous round. But we're heading into this pistol round, 5-7. Crossfire did manage to secure the lead at the end of that half there. And now we're going to have to see what they have planned for this pistol round.
Yeah, most definitely. Crossfire putting in a great performance there on the Coalition side. All they got to do is get a few more rounds here on the Breach side and then be able to go ahead and upset Saints and move into map number 2. But this is where I would expect Saints to start to shine here. Now that they're on the Coalition side of this very Coalition-sided map, this should be where you start seeing some different strats, some different things opening up for Saints. Unless you're just totally going to whip their map. This is a possibility. I've seen it before. Oh man, Eerie in a difficult spot, trying to just stay alive as long as he possibly can. And ultimately, the patience pays there, and he is able to pick up a kill there on Twirl before God trades him out. Blitz moving back and forth, picks up a kill on Merrily. We're going to go out of the hands of Hakeem, working with that R96 right there. Last player up alive is Legion. He's got 2 players to contend with, XE and Hakeem here. Bomb, just laying down back here. Be phenomenal.
Everyone is in the one-tap range. Like, everyone is dead from 1 bullet. So, I mean, it's doable by Legion. He just needs to hit the shot first. He's already spotted a player. Oh, he's getting aggressive on this. He doesn't even care. Wait, what?
What?
Okay, he finds... What? What is going on right now? I'm so good. What? What was that round? I mean, I'm like, okay, hold on. You're not going to react? He just turns around, like... flicks both of them so hard. I don't know what I just watched, but Legion just gave a very interesting performance in that clutch.
Yeah, interesting is definitely a word for that. What the heck was that? We have an easy shot on the bomb planter. He is totally disabled right now. He's planting the bomb. He's focused on getting that code in. He doesn't want to blow his face off. And then you just go ahead and leave him there. Get this shot on the other player on your left, and then he doesn't react. He doesn't get cheap. Incredible access. Oh my gosh! Look at Saints here, tripling up with the M4 in his hand, trying to go for the fourth, and he's almost able to do it. But Reborn is going to go ahead and put down Merrily. Twirl, the last play after life here for Crossfire, rocking that shotgun. If you can pick up a kill with it at least, that'll be some good value there.
I will say the lurk with the shotgun is interesting. I think maybe he literally bought this probably only to play for exits. Oh, he's not even gonna get that kill. That's unfortunate for him. Legion picking it up there. Now, one thing I am a bit interested about, we've seen the Scar coming into gameplay. The other gun, I'm wondering, are we going to see the KSG at all in Worlds? I don't believe it's banned. I might be wrong about that. But if it's not banned, I'll be interested to see if we do get the case. You know, obviously Grounded isn't much of a shotgun map, but we will be getting, you know, some different maps as, you know, in the future. And I believe you can see Port and Plaza. Those are much more, you know, shotgun heavy maps. So it'll be interesting to see if that gun comes into play there. Hakeem opening up onto Reborn. Crossfire is going to be starting off strong on this round. And it looks like they're going for an A mid execute. They've got A mid control. The question is, where will they choose to go beyond this point? It depends on how much Saints overextends. But right now, they're kind of just holding their ground. We can see everyone is posted up. Blitz has a very good angle as well on top of that truck to hold the potential glass push. But they're going to be rotating out, it seems. A couple players staying in there to sort of, you know, just anchor it and keep that map control. It looks like, I'm not sure, they're a bit spread out right now. I think they're going to opt to go towards A, it seems. The bomb heading into storage. They're going to have to deal with Axis on this wagon angle, though. He could put in the work. I mean, M4, low recoil weapon. I don't think he's going to keep holding the head glitch, so it looks like he backed up. A bit of a spray down coming here. He's able to find two, one of them while fully blinded. Huge impact by Axis there, shutting down that initial push, and now Legion has to put in the work in return. He gets Twirl very low but can't find the kill. Axis is getting surrounded now. Somehow he's still alive, but Hakeem is eventually going to drop him. Blitz gets spotted out there. We have a bit of a 2v3 retake. Eri coming in from the backstab, so he definitely has a good position for this. They might not expect him to be here. Actually, I think they will, because Twirl is pushed up very far, and he probably knows that no one is coming from spawn. So definitely Crossfire, they're in a bit of a situation. Yeah, Hakeem just pre-firing storage. He was very confident in his positioning, and Blitz is going to be backing out. Find some nades on the ground. I think he might be opting to just save this M4 as we head into round number 15 or 16.
Blitz might be able to pick up a kill here.
Ooh.
We'll find one. That bomb should be going off here, and it doesn't look like any of the Crossfire players are close enough to drop him. Saints so close to retaking the lead here, but ultimately falling short there as Crossfire is able to do just that.
I think Saints are debating if they will be buying or not. A bit of guns being tossed around between them, but I think ultimately they are going to force up for this round. Now, we do have some AKs on the side of Crossfire as well, so not really a full buy from either side. So this round should be a bit interesting. Again, Crossfire kind of spread out, doubling up A mid once again. Reborn about to get in a bit of a gunfight. He's going to opt to back out once a utility comes out towards him, though. Aries spots the player crossing already over towards B-Long, but he's going to get flashed out by his teammate. That is not good for him. But there we go. Now Aries can see again, he's able to pick up the kill on the Merrily. Many trades coming out. They're getting a bit aggressive A mid. Xy's able to find a kill, and he's pushed up tower right now. But it's going to be Legion dropping him. A lot of gunfights happening there in short succession, but now we're down to a 2 versus 2. And right now, both of these players are kind of, you know, towards A mid and B mid. They are spread out. We do see Axis on a very good flank by Storage as well. If he plays this smart, you know, he should be able to catch someone off guard. But I don't think Saints will expect these two Crossfire players to be spread out. I mean, going A mid and B mid together is interesting. Yeah, he's gonna drop Legion off of that tower angle, and now Axis knows he has to make a move. I mean, that tower player gets dropped. They're getting the bomb plant. The question is, do they know that Axis is flanking? I mean, he's coming in from B mid. I think Gods is a little paranoid about it. He is holding that angle over from tower, or I'm sorry, from the B site truck. Yeah, I think they're pretty aware he's flanking because the Keem is pushed up very far and they haven't spotted him out yet. Now Axis has to deal with this truck angle. I don't know if he's gonna be able to win this gunfight. He spots the player jumping there. And yeah, as long as they play this teamwork together, they should win the round. And Crossfire picks up another round. They're making it 9-7. I mean, they are in the lead right now, considering they're on the breach side. I guess, you know, it could go either way ultimately. But Crossfire putting up a much more performance than we were expecting. So definitely looking good as far as, you know, a potential underdog game here.
Yeah, definitely. I was just about to say stats. This is so far a perfect example. I mean, actually, so far, just period. This is a perfect example of stats don't mean anything. You look at the stats and you expect maybe a 13-5 in favor of Saints. And so far, it's 9-7 in round number 17, and Crossfire is winning by 2. And almost, I mean, they should be able to be winning by 3 here after this round is over, as Saints is having to opt to go for another eco, unless Saints is able to pull off a miracle here in this round. Might be able to actually miss in multiple shots there with the AK-47 in hand. You gotta do something if you're Saints. After this round, they cross the double digits here. Again, assuming they do win this, the odds are definitely in their favor here. If I had to vote for them, I'd definitely be voting for Saints. God finding a kill there on Axis, and Blitz going down the hands of Twirl. Eerie trying to pick up a kill with the Deagle, but he is just missing every single shot. Putting it a rear end of an elephant and stationary at that moment. There it is. Crossfire. Crossing over to 10 here, crossing that double-digit line, talking about the mental game once again. Sometimes that is a huge mental game. I mean, there's only 1 point difference from 9 to 10, but I've seen so many teams where they're playing pretty well, but as soon as they cross that double-digit mark, then things start to fall apart as they get a little bit more pressure on them. Crossfire just needs to keep that up, go ahead and keep their minds on the game, and not go ahead and play those mind games with themselves, and they should be able to continue across the finish line here. There's Twirl once again, opening it up with that Euratio in hand. Saints now needs to decide what they want to do here in this 4 versus 5. Legion, oh my gosh, you can saw him through the smokes, able to pick up 2 with the AUG, no problem. Barely going to drop him, but the damage has already been done by him with that AUG. Now only 2 players left alive here on the Saints side. Crossfire working on getting in here to the site, and the bomb is being planted. Axis needs to do something here.
Yeah, no, they know there's one in A mid, so if they can just capitalize off of this. Yeah, there we go. Axis able to drop Twirl. They make it a 2 versus 2. Merrily able to get Axis without wallbang spam. Airy has to come in for this retake from backside. The flash comes in, but Hakeem is going to work around it. I don't think Airy knows he's there behind him right now. He goes for a bit of a smoke play there, but he's going to get spammed. And yeah, Crossfire making it 11-7. Definitely not looking too good of your Saints. I mean, Crossfire is looking very likely they could win this. I mean, look at the money on the side of Saints. They can't even really full buy. They can, I guess, buy the lighter weapons. We're seeing only 2 AUGs on their side, but it's not looking good if you're Saints, especially those opening picks. You cannot be giving Twirl those opening frags with the sniper. That's really hurting their defensive setup.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh my god, a lot of util dump there.
Oh, Legion once again possibly about to get fed here. Oh, and he's going to drop his plate. Axis and Merrily getting kills respectively here so far in round at number 19. It's a 4 versus 4. Reborn trying to put that down, but it's actually Twirl going to finish him off, making 3 players alive here on the side of Saints. Axis big play there, doubled up with the M4. That's what you needed to see here on the side of Saints. They need to start putting points on the board. It's going to be all over. That's 3 players so far here for Axis with the M4 in hand. Playing it nice and quiet here. Silent but deadly. Twirl, the last player left alive. Sneaking around here, seeing what he can find. Anybody with that Euratio and Access wanted to go ahead and take that Lord Far quad position away from Exy earlier, and he's able to do that. Saints, Crossfire, only 3 rounds separate both of these teams, and it's 2 rounds for Crossfire in order to cross that dotted checkered line. I guess it's checkered line, not dotted line. That checkered line, the finish line. 2 rounds away here for Crossfire. Saints, this is their moment to go ahead and step up. Cast situation a little bit better on their side. You can see now Crossfire after losing that round. Now they're playing a little more carefully. Exy, no money to work with, only rocking the P250.
I wonder if that was miscommunication or something. Like, why doesn't he have a gun?
Yeah,
especially since his teammate could have bought him.
Yeah, it's almost like he bought a gun for somebody.
Yeah. But either way, one of his teammates did die. That could be a potential gun recovered. Yeah, Hakeem able to
Ooh.
find one on Reborn there. This is not looking good for Saints. I mean, they've traded out. X is still able to find some work with that U ratio, and now Crossfire forced to back up. Yeah, Axe has been putting in the work. I mean, that last round, 4K with an M4. I think that round, if Saints lost it, they would have lost the game. So definitely a nice, little step up from Axe there to keep his team alive. And they're still fighting. I mean, it's not over yet. Merely able to find one. We're a 3v3 situation. They actually do have A side relatively open. A bit of a lurk from Hakeem A mid as well. I don't know if he'll find one or not, but the bomb is about to be down potentially. No, Airy comes in with the 3 tick. He's able to find him. Flash coming out as well towards that back site. Oh, the lurk from Hakeem works out though in his favor. He's able to find a kill, but Blitz is coming in behind them once again now. I don't know if they expect him from A mid. A bit of a flash coming out there. He goes for a fast play, spots one wagon already, and Blitz can't find the kill onto Hakeem. I thought he'd find that pick there. He gets him very low, breaks the armor, but can't find the kill quite yet. And now we're at match point. I mean, Crossfire, this could very well go in their favor as far as this map. I mean, since you got to win 5 in a row, I don't know if they can do it, especially since the money really isn't fully there for them. I mean, they don't even have full utility or anything to try and slow down the pushes.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking good here for Team Saints. Looking like they are going to whiff their best map as well as their map pick. Crossfire really surprising us here. My votes would have been totally wasted if I had put my votes there on Saints. It's not over yet, but it's definitely not looking good for them as XD is already opening it up on Reborn. That's a man down, and the Legion super low in the HP department. Unfortunately for him, the HP department store is not open. He's not going to be able to replace that until next round. Legion try to do some work, is able to land a couple shots, but ultimately loses his life there to the god. Airy down to 42 HP. You can just see all these players are tagged. Some of these are low. Yeah, merely finding Eerie, and it's 2 players up to life here for Saints. The bomb being planted. Crossfire has to already be celebrating. They are so close here to taking map number 1. I don't want to wish them congratulations just yet, but you might as well there. Squirrel picking up the kill there on Access. Blitz is going to make a little bit of noise before ultimately he gets blitzed there by God. It's 13-8. Crossfire upsetting Team Saints. What
Yeah,
was it?
no, amazing. I mean, you said it yourself.
77%?
Yeah, I was about to say 77% voted for Saints. Now, obviously, this is a best of 3, so they still have a chance to make a comeback. But I tell you what, if what's it called? If Saints end up losing, that's 70%, 77% of the points that went towards Saints. It's gonna be a little bit of disappointment if they're all lost. Um, so yeah, the votes they went towards Saints. If they lose, it'll be a bit of an upset. We can see Crossfire takes that first map. Great performance by them. Again, you said it yourself. We had a bit of an underdog situation in the Asia circuit. We kind of just saw that again here. I mean, Crossfire really coming alive, especially on that attacking side. I mean, we were talking about how it's a coalition sided map, but they were doing so well on the breach side. They only let Saints get 3 rounds on coalition, while they won, I believe, like 6. So definitely a very good attacking half by Crossfire. They were prepared for grounded. So I guess that shows stats don't always mean everything when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Stats don't mean everything. I mean, that's what I've seen. I mean, casting the Asia region for the grand finals at the end of Circuit Season 5, and now watching this match. Yeah, it seems like Asia has a lot of underdogs that are stepping up and really making some noise here. Map number 1 going in favor of Team Crossfire. Again, a huge upset right there. 77% of people were voting for Team Crossfire. I absolutely love seeing that. I mean, like I said, I was voting for Team Crossfire too. You look at the stats, you have to be favoring them coming into it. You 100% do. Again, it's like the Browns upsetting the Buccaneers or something. Or I think the Browns are actually a little better than they were a couple years ago. But equivalently to that, it's not a team you expect to go ahead and upset that. Yeah, here's the points popping back up on the board. 23% voted in favor of Crossfire. Saints with a 77%. I mean, that is a commanding percent right there, and they just got washed away in map number 1. Of course, map number 2 still coming up here, going to port. But before we do that, we are going to have a quick break here, folks. We're going to go ahead and flip on over to that, and we will see you on the flip side with map number 2 on port. Yo, welcome back, Critical Ops fans. Welcome back, mobile esports fans. Map number 2 is being prepared here. We're excited to hop on into it. Before we do, though, we got some replays of what happened in map number 1. We're going to talk a little bit about it and then give some predictions for what's going to happen in map number 2, which is going to be on port. Currently, Crossfire leads this best of 3 series 1-0, upsetting Team Saints coming in on their map pick and a map they are incredibly good on. 12 plus wins with only 2 losses. We'll make that 3 now as they just ate that L just a few minutes ago. Again, those replays will be coming in shortly, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that and talk about what happened. I am looking at the YouTube poll though, and so far, got just launched 8 minutes ago. Saints, Crossfire, neck and neck here, 50-50%. Actually, Saints just took the lead by 2%. So there's still a lot of teams, a lot of people are favoring Team Saints here. Moving to map number 2.
Oh yeah,
That's play
100%.
there.
Yeah, the first time we see the scar come into play, and a lot of work was being put in with it for sure. From Crossfire there.
Yeah,
But
most
yeah,
definitely.
a lot of amazing plays we saw this game. I can't wait till we get to some of the good ones. We are gonna be looking at a lot of the notable plays that happened during this match. I mean, we saw that little nice spray down right there. This is when we're still pretty early into the game. Again, back when we were saying, okay, Saints, they're looking very good as far as their start. Back when we weren't really thinking Crossfire was gonna take the win. So definitely, we saw Saints have a very good, strong start, and then Crossfire really turned it around then. I mean, like you were saying before, 14-2, I believe, was the map stats for them, and then they just ended up losing. This was the incredible spray down ace. Well, spray down 4K, then pistol for the ace. But yeah, this was a very nice play as well from those teams.
Yes, indeed. I mean, so many amazing plays. It was Saints, I think, so what, 4-0 started off on the breach side. I was like, okay, this is definitely going to be in favor of Saints. You can see the experience. They're more seasoned. This is a map, again, it's 13-14 wins on versus 2 losses in a tournament setting. This is a map this team is very, very comfortable on. In comparison, you look at Crossfire, I'm just pulling up their stats over here. Played a total of 4 times, won twice, lost twice. It's a 50-50 toss up there for Crossfire, and Crossfire comes in and it surprises obviously everybody. We were just talking about it before going into the break time. 77 people before this match started. Now it's about 50-50, but 77% of people, almost 80% of people, were voting in favor of Team Saints coming into this. And I know both you and I, it's like we were saying, man, if I was a voting man, I'd be going into placing some votes on Team Saints. I think you actually went ahead and did that, man. Because, like, again,
I did.
stats don't tell the whole story. Look, like, the stats are that different on this map. Yeah, you're definitely thinking, okay, it's going to be a Saints W. Again, Crossfire really, I think, surprising everybody. Is this play where Legion comes? Here it is right here. This was, I think, the most,
Oh yeah.
like, what the heck moment. I know the chat, there was a lot of people commenting on that.
I didn't even know he got a
Legion.
headshot there. I don't even know it was a headshot. That makes it even better. Even though he didn't headshot, it's just like, what was that? That
Yeah,
was
I mean,
the craziest round.
looking back at that now, it looks like he had a little bit of cover there, coming off bomb site, preventing him from easily being seen by, I think that was Xe. He was planting the bomb there, so he was able to go ahead and get the player that was on his left. But still, it was really odd. You normally see the bomb being planted, you go ahead and you prevent the bomb being planted, and then you go ahead and look for that other player. But it worked out for him because he was distracted, because Xe was planting the bomb, and he would have had it stuck with it. He's able to go ahead and pick off his teammate, and didn't have enough time to respond. That was just an incredible play there. Overall, Crossfire, I think, really surprising everybody in chat, and I think surprising both of us to some degree. I mean, I was definitely expecting them to play. I didn't think it was going to be a crazy loss or anything. I mean, again, I think you do 13-6 on grounded. That's not too bad because, like I said, it can get really, really coalition-sided. Crossfire coming in and surprising both of us, playing phenomenally well. I'm really looking forward to seeing them play on map number 2, which is Port. But you take a look at stats, and again, stats don't mean everything, but it helps begin to shade in the picture. It's the black and white of the print coming out, and then the printer sucks the paper back in and adds all the color to it, which is actually what happens in the match. But you go ahead and you take a look at Port, and that is probably Saints' second favorite map. A total of 10 wins on that, but coming in with 6 losses. But still, their second favorite map coming in here. You look at that. That's pretty good. Well, maybe Raid is. Actually, it looks like they're tied here. So you'd expecting a good performance from Saints coming into map number 2 on Fort, but after you saw map number 1, you definitely can't be putting all your chips down, all your votes down on Team Saints. Utility utilization is incredibly important on that map. What do you think Saints has to do in order to come in and go ahead and break up the snowball, the momentum snowball that Crossfire has created in map number 1?
Well, again, you did say that Saints they have a bit more of the advantage as far as the experience. They do have a lot more losses on that map. I think that might come out to their favor. I think when you lose more on that map, it gives you some more experience. You learn from your mistakes. You see how are we losing? If they're able to adapt from that, I think they'll be very well prepared for this match, especially considering looking at the stats for Crossfire, they have not played for a single time in a tournament. So I think maybe I mean, at least they had some experience on grounded. They were well prepared. They might not be as prepared for poor, but you never know. Again, a lot of it comes down to utility. How well do these teams know their flash lineups, especially when pushing A? A site should be very easy to take if you have the right utility knowledge. So it's going to come down to, how much time were they spending in those custom games, learning all their lineups and practicing their executes and stuff like that. Definitely the utility and the teamwork will be huge on this map. It won't be so much about just the raw gunfights, which we were seeing a lot more on.
Yeah, definitely. There are a lot more or just raw gunfights you were seeing on grounded. This is a map you really have to work as utilities with. The terrorist, the breach have to be able to do that to go ahead and push into the bomb site, and the coalition to go ahead and stab back to go ahead and prevent that fast push and to go ahead and slow them down if that bomb is planted to allow them to take the site. Yeah, this is one of the. I mean, utility utilization is always important on every single map. But I think this is probably the top 2 maps where you have to have it down. You really have had to practice because if you don't, it's going to come back and bite you, especially in the later game. We saw some longer range action as well on grounded. This is a map where you do have some longer range potential. We were talking a little about shotguns and whatnot. This is a map that you can have some more shotgun play in, but still plenty of opportunity to pull out a sniper rifle, to pull out a SCAR, go for an HK or an SG, and really work some long lines of sight here. So overall, Port is has become one of my favorite maps to cast. I'm really excited to watch both these teams play on it. And we're going to see who's starting out on what side here as we move in here towards mid to go for the knife round. First player to come in is going to be Hakeem quickly, getting dropped after that by Reborn. And it is a sea of blue as McLaren drives over Xe. He's probably need to go ahead and get his alignment fixed after that, though. That's a pretty low riding car. Saints versus Crossfire. Map number 2 coming up here. Crossfire leading 1-0 in this best of 3 series. Saints wins here. We tie it up and we go to Plaza. Crossfire wins, and that's all she wrote here. Saints is getting dropped down into the losers bracket to go ahead and take on Team Aries. Good luck to both these teams here. We should be starting in just a moment, folks. Saints, I'm looking at the poll again, has retaken the lead. 58% to 42% in favor of them. There's a good amount of people that they're just thinking the win by Crossfire is just a fluke. I'm not willing to just say that, though. There's definitely some spunk there. There's definitely some skill and talent coming in from Crossfire. The stats aren't necessarily there, but there's something special over here for this team. And we're about to see what happens here as we move into map number 1. Map number 2, round 1.
Oh, and the opening picks already coming out. Interesting you don't see the revolver much, especially on this map, so it's a nice little twist there. Hakeem already finding 2 with it though, so he's definitely putting in the work. It looks like Crossfire is starting off very strong with a nice and easy bomb plan. I don't think Saints win this round. McLaren able to find one. I believe he's a twirl with that backstab. Kind of cut me off there. Nice little 2K from him. But yeah, I believe McLaren is subbing in this game. He wasn't in the last map. And he's going to be subbing in here. Also interesting, I kind of want to look at the scoreboard real quick because I do notice we're on a drastically different server now. I mean, last time we were on Turkey, this time we are on Australia. So yeah, you can see the ping difference now. This time it's more in favor of Saints. Previously, the ping was probably much more in favor of Crossfire. That could be another thing that gave us sort of that upset, and probably one thing we weren't really considering much when we were looking at that map that was previously played. I mean, those Saints players, they got to play on super high ping, so that could be a reason why they were sort of, not living up to our expectations.
Yeah, that is definitely true. Definitely, that's what you have to consider when you're playing on an online tournament like that. And that's why we had the best of 3s, best of 5s, and whatnot, is to go ahead and give the teams the best opportunity to show their true potential here. But Crossfire, again, it's early on, but already looking good. There's that shotgun play we're talking about. Axis fighting one, goes for the elbow, he
Oh
picks up
my
the
god.
triple, and he switches out for the AK. I thought he was going to go for the fourth and just move up and finish off Akeem right here, and he does. He just goes ahead and checks his back to make sure he's good. Switches out the AK. MVP moment right there from Axis. He just won the lottery with the amount of cash he just got. Was that 3 shotgun kills plus the AK? This man has basically eliminated Crossfire all on his own here. It's up to Twirl to do something. He's able to pick up a headshot there on Reborn, but he still has 3 players to contend with as he moves around here towards the back of B site, and the bomb is not in his hands. You can see that his opponents here have locked that bomb down, and they're not going to let it go easily. I hope Actus gets the kill just for the ace, and he does.
He does.
We've seen 3 aces so far. I mean, I think I went all of Circuit Season 5 casting. I think I saw 1 ace. And so far, we've already seen 3 aces in one stream. Chat, drop a like for that.
You could tell these players are definitely locked in as far as, their training. They're warmed up. They're ready to perform. You love to see a good ace and stuff like that. I think we're going to be seeing some of the best clips that we've ever seen in a while for these World Championships. Looks like we have a bit of a B push from Crossfire here. They are going to be eco as well. Axis might be able to get another bit of a highlight here. He's able to ready, and now a bit of a spray down from the M4. Not really finding much though. He only gets 1. Airy comes in with a 2K before getting dropped though. McLaren able to drop 1, but Twirl gets to kill. A lot of eco frags coming out from Crossfire here, interestingly enough. Saints does pick up the round, but they found a lot of impact. That's probably the first time we've seen an eco round in this best of 3 series where they really had a lot of huge impact. So that was kind of interesting for me to see.
Yeah. And it's something that's important on this map when you're playing on the breach side. Even if you're not necessarily winning every round, if you can have good impacts on the eco side, you can go ahead and continue picking up those kills and getting that bomb planted is so important for the later first half and then moving into the second half as well. It really, really helps you out. Man, Access is just on fire. This man is an absolute unit with that M4. Speaking of units, Airy as well, doubling up with the AUG in his hand. Wow.
Oh yeah, Saints starting off strong once again. I know they started off strong last time, but this time they also have the ping in their favor. So definitely they should have an easier time getting some momentum, especially since they're on the coalition side. I'm curious to see if they'll continue to get aggressive mid here like they're doing this round, because whenever you take control of mid like this, it's hard to push it. But Airy gets taken down to 11 HP from some nade spam and also from some wall bangs. So he's definitely not looking too good right now. McLaren gets flashed out as well. Reborn pushed up. A-Long is able to find 2. I thought that was the 3rd, but Legion picked 1 up. Actually, it was the 3rd, I believe. I'm a little confused. But yeah, Reborn finding another 1 as well. Oh my god, what amazing round from him there.
See, this is the Saints team I was expecting to see on map number 1. And again, we didn't take properly into consideration the way the ping might be interfering with their true play style on map number 1. Still early on here, we're only in round number 6, but so far Saints is putting the absolute beating on Crossfire, and it looks like they'll be taking it up to 4 here, 5-1, being that we see another eco coming in from Crossfire. Deagle's in the hand of everybody but Hakeem. Hakeem likes his man. What is Axis doing? This man is just absolutely nuts. Here's McLaren Reborn as well, getting kills, and that's all she wrote here. Not a single player getting dropped there on the side of Saints. McLaren definitely close. He was definitely close to getting busted there, but ultimately they weren't able to bust him. 55%. I'm just watching the poll change here on the YouTube side of things. 55% in favor of Saints, 45% in favor of Crossfire. That's interesting that it's actually closed the gap a little bit since we've started. I mean, I think Saints was up at like 22% at some point just a couple rounds ago, and they've scored so many more here. Eerie and God trading out respectively. Trying to work this A side here. Saints. Ooh, wow.
Ooh, what a nasty 2K there. Yeah, 6-1. Saints definitely starting off much stronger. One thing you do have to consider right now, if this does go to a 3rd map, unless Crossfire can make an incredible comeback, is the server for the 3rd map is going to be decided by round balance. So the previous score was it was 13-8, I believe, right?
Yeah,
And
that sounds
so
right.
right now, if you're Saints, you need to make sure Crossfire is not getting more than 7 rounds, because then you get to play on your own server for the final map, and you have that ping advantage. So right now, they need to keep up this momentum. That should be their #1 goal if they want to try and win this. And definitely not a good start for Crossfire. They need to get some rounds on the board. Uh, Again, they did start on breach side, so this could cause a bit of a snowball effect for Saints, but I think it's about to be interrupted this round because we're already down to a 2 versus 5 with the bomb being planted. I really don't see how Crossfire can lose this round. I mean, they have a flank as well on this mid player. Yeah, Twirl is going to drop him, unless Legion can do something crazy here. I mean, he's able to run in and find one, make that... Oh, I thought it was a double, but no, Xy's actually going to find the kill on him. Yeah, Crossfire picks up their second round of this map.
Yeah, Crossfire is still definitely here to play. Saints just with that little bit of a ping advantage they do have, and definitely seem to be on fire here on the Coalition side so far. But this looks like it'll be the first full buy coming in from Team Crossfire. They've really worked. They had the loss bonus coming in. That's, of course, now been reset. That they just won round number 8. U ratio is being pulled out by Twirl now. We'll see what they can do.
A lot of util dump. Hakim barely finds one while being full flashed. Airy is gonna refrag, but not before getting tagged down to 18 HP. So definitely, Crossfire, they're in the advantage as far as the HP department right now. McLaren getting a little aggressive here. He's able to find Twirl and drop that sniper. Gonna back up after finding that kill, which is a smart play. Because his teammate God's ready to refrag him. He was thirsty for blood, but it wasn't gonna happen. Now Airy has to put in the work on B side. Only 18 HP. Dead from 1 bullet, but he's able to find 1 pick, and now Xy's on the site. I'm not sure how this round plays out, but Xy really needs to try and pick up this kill if possible. But no, Airy's gonna drop him, and yeah, Saints turning it around, and that is the wound you don't want to put into Crossfire. I guess if you're Crossfire, you don't want to see that, because you were just on that loss bonus, and then you just won. Now you turn around. Actually, I believe they still have a bit of a loss bonus, because it doesn't fully reset after 1 round. But definitely, you don't want to be winning and then back to back, because that will sort of mess with your economy a little bit. We can see they still on a full buy. Interestingly enough, Xy chose to buy dualies.
Yeah, I
I
just
don't know
saw
if
that.
that was a mistake. That's very interesting, going for the dualies.
It's an expensive mistake. Oh man, Legion had a great opportunity to open it up. He's only able to find one before Merrily quickly puts him down to the ground. The bomb site of A has been taken, but no bomb has yet to be planted on it. Hakim and God are the last players up alive here. And God and Hakim getting kills respectively, but ultimately just not enough to go ahead and put that point in favor of them. Team Saints now leads by 6 as we move into round number 11. As you already mentioned, Manthus, all they got to do is keep Team Crossfire below 8, and they will go ahead and be able to choose server moving into map number 3 for the round balance, which means we'll be back on this server. And so far, that really looks to be helping Saints. That server is definitely helping them out here.
Oh yeah, the server helping them out. Already some opening trades over towards mid. We can see Axis coming in to take another aggressive peek once again. Actually looks like he's going to be backing up. Airy has already flanked and found one. Tries to find the second, gets Hakim pretty low, but can't quite find the kill. Axis able to get one, though. He's able to maybe get a second. No, so many trades coming out. We're in a 1v1 now. Xy versus Reborn. Xy does have to make a move for the bomb. Reborn getting aggressive. I love how Saints just keep on peeking out, but no, Xy's actually going to expect it. Reborn can't deny the bomb being grabbed, and Xy is on the move right now, heading towards B-Long to try and plant. I'm not sure if Reborn knows this. He's probably wondering whether Xy is going towards B-Ray, but I think he hears them running up B-Long. Now Xy maybe trying to go for a bomb plant here. Actually, I guess Reborn isn't aware yet. Now he should be aware, though, that the smoke has come out. And yeah, he's running in for this. Oh, we have a bit of a fake plant going on here. He's gonna get off it now, though. Or stick it, I mean. Oh, Reborn has the superior positioning. He's already pushed up. That smoke not really working out in Xy's favor. It was a bit too narrow and gave him a bit of a gap to push up in. And yeah, Saints making it 9-2 here.
Saints quickly speeding towards that magic number of 13 in Crossfire, which is also another car. Not as nice as a McLaren. They're just kind of slowly cruising. It's on cruise control. Not quite sure if they're going to try to take the lead here in map number 2. They need to try to do something, though. You at least need to put a couple more points on the board, because you don't want to be playing this server in map number 3. Oh, Oh man,
McLaren getting aggressive. What a 3K. He doesn't know there's one below him. The way he does. What is that flick? He finds the 4K looking for the ace potentially. Twirl is pushed up in
was he
spawn.
flashed?
I don't know. I think he might have been.
Maybe reloading? I totally missed that. I don't know if he was or not. Like, it was so weird. He was literally standing in front of that player for 3 or 4 seconds. Plenty of opportunity to shoot him.
McLaren not able to find the ace. I think Saints just want to play it safe. They don't want to potentially, you know, give Crossfire any wins they shouldn't be getting. But yeah, Saints starting off really strong. I mean, 10-2. Right now, if you're Saints, what you need more than anything is this pistol round. You win this pistol round, you'll make sure that you're not giving Crossfire some free rounds because you're eco. So this pistol round is very important, I guess for both sides technically. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
for Saints to stay in the game, they definitely need to win this pistol round. And they have chosen to go for the Deagle buys and mostly push towards A. That's very interesting. I mean, Deagle's on A side usually out, and yeah, look at the XCs. They're just getting mowed down completely. I mean, the lack of armor, it just doesn't help them for that close range gunfight. So definitely a very interesting decision to go for the Deagles and then push through that narrow connector. Axe is all alone in a 1v5. I mean, it would be incredible if he won this, but I highly doubt it's gonna happen. Yeah, he's just gonna get deleted. I mean, you can see that's an XD deleting him off that angle. That's what happens when you don't have armor.
Yep.
So it was a very unique decision by Saints to just go for no armor. They're gonna give Crossfire that pistol round, and now they have to eco. So this could be more rounds on the board that Crossfire, you know, should not have gotten if Saints would have went for a different buy, or at least, I mean, maybe they wouldn't have gotten the round.
Yeah, I mean, they went for the glass cannon effect once again. This time, they got shattered, unlike they did in map number 1. And like I said, now you're risking 4 to 10, and then there's still plenty of time for Crossfire to go ahead and cross that magic number of 8 and go ahead and take round balance back in their favor as we get to map number 3. Access getting dropped there by Hakeem, Merrily, and Twirl picking up kills respectively. But Reborn is in there putting down Hakeem, preventing him from doing any more damage to his team. And there we go. 4 rounds in favor of Team Crossfire as we move into round number 15 here. Saints, of course, all on full eco right there. Just went ahead and got it over with pretty quick. It's looking like no guns have been purchased just yet. There's a little bit of armor coming out. Are they going to go ahead and eco once again, just trying to go ahead and... It looks like that's what they're going to do.
I think they will. They probably don't want to light buy and then lose, and because that will mess them up more. They're more concerned now about making sure Crossfire doesn't get more rounds than necessary. So they take this eco, they should be able to safely buy for another couple of rounds. So yeah, we see the Deagles once again. This time, Axis did purchase armor with it as well. He's the only one who has armor, which, I mean, it's not super expensive. He still has a lot of money in his pocket. Hakeem does spot some players out here. Is he aware that they're already pushed up close to him? I think he is. That nade comes out, does a little bit of damage to Legion and Reborn.
Yeah, I don't think he was aware of how close they were pushed up, or you might have seen a bank shot. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what a 3K.
Gosh. The feeds have been absolutely nuts so far here. I mean, I think I've seen more feeds here in Worlds. Just a first matchup that I saw in a lot of Circuit Season 5.
Oh yeah, I mean, the feeds are crazy. These players, I feel like the shots are whiff from Saints. You know, you can kind of tell that they're not. I feel like if we were watching, you know, an EU team, like maybe Rain or Invictus or something, and they were in that situation with Eagles, they're putting in more work. But a lot of whiffed shots there, you know, from not being able to control that recoil close up. And he's getting like a 3K. Again, there was a lot of error from the shots. I feel like if they were more accurate, definitely that round would have played out differently. So yeah, that's part of what's causing the feeds, you know.
Well, full buy now coming in from Saints. We'll go ahead and see if they can go ahead and strike back here in round number 16.
Now, I just want to say real quick, take a look at Axis. I can tell he's... Oh, actually, it looks like he already threw a flash. He was standing in the back with a flash in hand, but he already used it somewhere. Saints, they're pushing Garage, which is very interesting. Usually teams don't really go for this push, so that's going to be a bit unique. Merrily's going to have to put in the work here, holding this angle in the back. Hakeem able to find an opening pick on Axis, but now he gets spotted out, and he's going to get dropped by Airy. Oh, and here it comes. The gunfight's towards the garage. Potentially to happen. Now Merrily has to put in the work, but no, Reborn is going to take him out, finding a double over there, over towards the garage area. McLaren just runs in and headshot Exy, no mercy at all for that man. And now Gods is alone in a 1v3, and he's gonna get dropped by Reborn. Huge round from him, finding those 3 picks and really taking some of that map control that they needed. And yeah, Saints making it 11-5. Crossfire, look at their money. They are poor. I think it looks like they might be forcing. Yeah, they really want to try and stay alive. They don't want to take an eco here because they need to get only a few more rounds, you know? I mean, if they get 3, then it will be tied up. I'm not really sure what happens if the round balance is tied, but at least if they get 3 rounds, then, you know, they will be tied up more and they'll be in a better spot. But yeah, no, Saints, they're going to win it out anyways. I mean, 3 opening picks. I mean, you never know. Xe does have a nice little flank here. He's going to find 1 pick on a McLaren, but nah, not much you can do here with a shotgun, especially when it's being planted B. And yeah, Saints 12-5 looking to close it out here and take the round balance as we head into Plaza.
And I see why 77% of people voted for Team Saints coming into the first map, and definitely showing true here in map number 2. It looks like Saints is just about to close it out here, unless somehow Crossfire is able to do something incredibly impressive. You can see they're pulling out all the stops here, 2 Super 90s, an FP6, a Scar, and an M4. This is one of those just throw anything at the wall and see if it sticks on the side of Team Crossfire. There's gonna be a lot of Crossfire going on here. Hakeem walking down the Super 90. We're about to hear some bang, bang, bang. Oh my
man!
God, finds 1, goes for the second. He's not able to pick it up.
What is going on?
Trying to move back and
so many whiffed shots there. I mean, not whiff shots, just so many eats, like as you can say, like so many tags, and he wasn't really getting the kills. A lot of these players low. I mean, Xe with the Scar, can he do it? Not really. Axis is gonna clean it up. And we're looking at 13-5, and we are taking it to map number 3, and it's gonna be on Saints server. So definitely an unexpected turn of events from what we were seeing after map 1. You know, obviously a good game to both teams. But yeah, Saints, they're going to pull through and they get the round balance, which means they get to play on their own server. I mean, just look at this ping difference. These players are on 300 plus ping on the side of Crossfire. And they're going to have to deal with that again on Plaza. So it's going to be a bit of a tough battle for them.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Saints did a phenomenal job here in map number 2. I mean, 13-5 compared to 13-8 loss. They really struggled on map 1. Whether that was because Crossfire was just better prepared for map number 1, or you have a ping situation, or it's a combination of both. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and speculate. But Saints now, you can see why 77% of people, again, were voting for them. I see that. That makes a lot of sense to me. So coming into map number 3, you definitely have to be favoring Team Saints. Looking good on Plaza. I mean, just what I saw there in map number 2, that's something you kind of got to be giving them the edge in. The final here on the YouTube poll, 60% in favor of Team Saints, 40% in favor of Team Crossfire. So again, looking similar compared to the overall poll before the match actually starts. Folks, we're coming up with map number 3 here shortly. We are going to have a quick break time as the teams go ahead and quickly recharge and do all the stuff in the background they have to do to go ahead and make sure everything is on the up and up so we can go ahead and get into map number 3, which is going to be on Plaza. Congratulations once again to Team Saints on winning that. I'm glad we're going to map number 3 here. That's what you want to see starting out. Map number 3, going the full distance. I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup here. Folks, we'll see you on the flip side right after this break time. Welcome back, Mobile Esports fans. Critical Ops Worlds. This is the first stream here, the Asia region. I am Sudden Death. Mantis is joining me here on my right. We are here in map number 3. Well, almost in map number 3. We're finishing getting everything ready for map number 3 here at this best of 3 series. I believe we have some match recaps coming up, some replays, some best plays, what happened in map number 2, which was a lot quicker than map number 1. Mantis, you want to go over that?
Yeah, our replays were very exciting. They're gonna be a lot more exciting for this map, I guess I'll say. We had a lot more spray downs and stuff like that. A lot of nice little kill feeds and stuff. Saints playing very aggressively and very confidently overall. I mean, again, they did have their own on this map, so they definitely had, coming into it, and they definitely showed it, especially starting on the coalition side. They had a really strong start. Um, and their main goal when playing on this map was to try and deny rounds from Crossfire, and they did it successfully. They managed to get the round balance in their favor heading into map number 3, and now because of that, they are going to get to play on their own server. So they should have the advantage, or I guess the upper hand. I know in the beginning we were kind of talking about like, oh wow, this is not looking too good for, what's it called? We were saying this is not looking too good for Saints. They lost map number 1, and then they really 2, and now map number 3 on their server as well. So I
Yeah.
mean, we were talking about how it could be an underdog situation. Maybe they're gonna turn it around here now and throw us off a bit.
Yeah, definitely. It is possible. Crossfire playing really well on map number 1. I think there was a little bit more there than just some ping issues. But in map number 2, they were not ready for port at all. Definitely, I think ping helped a little bit, but I don't think it tells the complete story there. Saints just seemed way more prepared for this map and came in and just absolutely smacked them. Axes went off early in early rounds. I think it was 3 or 4 rounds in a row where he's getting at least 2 or 3 players, and he ends up having an ace as well in there. I think that might have already played. I'm not sure. I might have missed that there, but Axe is performing phenomenally well, and really all the players on Saints did a great job here on port. Coming into Plaza, it'll definitely be interesting to see how both these teams play. I was looking at the stat, and if you look at Crossfire, played twice, both losses for Crossfire on Plaza. And then you go ahead and you take a look at Saints. They haven't played it as much as other maps, but it's 6 wins to 0 losses. Currently, their only flawless map, and I think they're looking to keep that streak alive here as we move into map number 3. Definitely has some momentum coming off of map number 2. Again, you won, you got the good side of the server you're coming into, and I think it's a map that they're obviously fairly comfortable playing on, as it is their flawless map here. What can be done? I think some Scar utilization coming in from Crossfire as well. That really seemed to help them in map number 1. X get some big moments with the one of the only guns you can, or assault rifles you can ADS with in game, and really put out some big damage with it. I don't know if the U ratio will come in as big this map. I've seen some players effectively use it. You can definitely use it, but I think you want to be a little more mobile on this map just because of the close corridors you have to walk down sometimes, and the closer quarter situations you get into. I think it's better to have like a Scar or an HK. What are your thoughts on that, Mantis?
Yeah, I definitely think that the Scar will come into play. I think more on defense. I mean, maybe potentially on offense. I think more specifically, we'll see it in those longer aisles, like people defending on B, or maybe people pushing up A mid and stuff like that. It could come into play. I definitely think on coalition side, we'll be seeing a lot of shotguns and SMGs on those eco rounds. I mean, it's Plaza's a lot of close corners, and especially if you don't have that ping advantage, you really want to try and whatever you can to get those skills. I definitely think we'll be seeing some nice impact with, the Super 90s and the SMGs and stuff like that on the side of Crossfire, because, I mean, again, whatever you can do to get the rounds and the kills. I do believe we're heading into the Plaza match right now.
It looks like we're knifing. Yeah, we got a knife round coming up to decide which team's going to start out on which side. It'll be interesting to see as well. I've said that a lot, but you just don't fully know. Some of the teams have gentleman agreements not to use the Super 90 and the Scar. Obviously, Crossfire is just doing anything they possibly can. They don't have that agreement. So, nade stacking on this map, sometimes the gentleman's agreement not to
Oh yeah,
do.
that's the other thing. I forgot about nade stacking.
Yep,
I think we might see that.
that would be my bet. I would assume Crossfire, just based on how they're playing, they use the Scar, the Super 90, everything, that they're going to do anything they possibly can to get an advantage over Team Saints. And being this is not going to be their server and they're going to have a ping disadvantage, you definitely think you're going to see that nade stack it coming in here in map number 3, especially since Crossfire started on the coalition side. That is definitely in their deck of cards.
No, I gotta respect it. I love the dualies over here. Not really bought on pistol round. Dualies and helmet. That's probably a very interesting buy. Choosing to buy helmet on pistol round. I don't think I've ever seen that in the history of competitive critical ops. But
Well,
I mean, hey, it might work out for them.
might here. Saints, 3 players at the live have a man advantage here. As God's trying to drop this player inside of apartment. There's 2 players up here for Crossfire. I believe that's Rue. Did I say that or Ree? I think it's Rue. Getting dropped there as final player. Reborn is able to get him down, and Saints putting the first point there on the board. Unable to get the bomb planted for a little extra cash, but still a nice win coming in there for them. They will have the advantage coming in here to round number 2. They should take that cash advantage and push it in their favor, buying the AKs and the utilities they want to use. Go ahead and take the next round, potentially 2, away from Team Crossfire.
Yeah, their buys are very interesting. I mean, Super 90 and Vector, and you're attacking. Typically not what I would be rocking if I was attacking, but I mean, you never know. Maybe Saints are just experimenting a bit. I mean, look at McLaren already opening up with 2. Just as I said that, he's Super 90, and he gets some nice little, you know, money in the bank as well from those kills. Yeah, finding a 3K. In case you didn't know, Super 90 and all shotguns give you $900 if you get a kill. So you can already see, look at how rich McLaren is just because he capitalized off of that Super 90 and found a 3K with it.
Yeah, that's huge.
And that's another reason I think we'll see a lot of shotguns and SMGs coming into play on the side of Crossfire. If you can find value with those guns, there's a lot of return in that investment.
What were
So
we talking about? The scar being pulled out. 3 scars out for Crossfire here as we move into round number 3. Yeah, you know, that early investment they made here, McLaren did on the shotgun, he can go ahead and work that cash and really keep it here. Can help his team out if they lose the next couple of rounds. Trades going down there already by Elbow. That bomb is quickly pushing in here towards the B side. Rue is just hanging out here mid-map, and there's the scars out. Tor looking down sight with it, firing a couple warning shots. Has to be careful not to be totally out of ammo here. Doesn't want to get caught trying to reload that magazine. Rue coming back up to reinforce him. A well-placed frag grenade would help on the side of Saints, but seems to be all out of those. Got a couple flash and smokes left, but it's Xe going to eliminate Eerie there with that beautiful scar on his hand. He's scarred then in map number 1, and he's definitely doing it so far in map number 3 here. Rue, first altercation there, finding McLaren, trying to go for the 2K, but it's Legion going to put him down in his rear end. It's neck and neck right now, 1 versus 1, and
Xe.
Scar, dang.
I mean, really putting in the work with it. And I know we were talking in the past about how there's like gentleman's agreement with these weapons. Again, the Scar has been nerfed down to the point where when it comes to a standard gunfight, it's still losing to those other assault rifles at this point. It's only advantageous because of that scope, right? It gives you 2 options, first of all. It gives you that long-range gunfight, and also the scope gives you more accuracy when you're running and gunning, in case you didn't know that, for everyone watching. So if you're scoped in with that Scar, you can really take aggressive peeks, and it can work out in your favor. So it's more of a unique weapon, right? It lets you change up the playstyle. I definitely think the running and gunning will help them. Like you could just see right there, he just headshots them while running. What is that? But yeah, it will help them out on this higher ping. So I can see why it's a weapon of choice for them. Look at Ari with his flank. Is he gonna knife him? No, he's not gonna knife him. Oh wait, whiff shot. Okay, I thought he was about to whiff the kill there. I would have been a little concerned. But yeah, they're just gonna get that defuse nice and easy. I mean, Ari is full flashed while Xe is sticking the defuse. Tries to get the kills, cannot drop Xe though. He's still able to hang on to that Scar, and Crossfire tying it up. I mean, they're definitely putting up a fight right now as far as, you know, the choice of weapons.
Yeah, definitely. They keep utilizing those scars and the Super 90s being pulled out. As you mentioned, you can get 900 cash for that. You get the extra cash compared to just getting a normal kill with a pistol or an assault rifle. That can help them as well. And then if they do decide to start doing the nade stacking, it's, you know, still potential a little early on. You don't want to blow all your cash, but you start doing that, you can really have a nice coalition side here on this map. That's definitely what you want with the ping disadvantage, because you got to start thinking about, you don't have the flip, that ping disadvantage, it can definitely hurt. God opened it up right there with the shotgun in hand, and it's Axis and Legion going to finish those 2 coalition players off there over by Elbow. Not enough time to sight down with the Scar to do damage to it. 3 versus 2 now. Crossfire.
Oh my god, what a headshot from Legion. And now Rue's going to be last alive. I think they know he's here. Yeah, Ari is holding it. For some reason, Rue not scoped in on this angle. You ADS there, that is definitely your kill. But yeah, bomb down for Saints, And now Rue, will they get aggressive? Yeah, McLaren just wants to close out the round. They're trying to take away as many guns from Crossfire as they can. They don't like dealing with the scars. Now they are a little poor. Crossfire, not all of them can buy. I think we might be seeing some, shotgun SMG action here potentially, or they might just choose to go for the eco. It seems we're seeing mostly deagles coming out from them, so I think that is going to be the case.
Would have been interesting to see if they pull it maybe one shotgun, see if they can capitalize on that extra cash, but they just decided to go for all pistols.
Yeah, honestly, even just going for the FP6 instead of spending all the money on this Super 90 still could have been a nice investment.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, it's only $400 more.
Ooh, come on, Deagle. You got that.
Oh no, he didn't hit the head there. Oh, he still got the kill though. Okay, I thought Legion was gonna not contest it after getting tagged. I mean, Crossfire technically opening up with the first pick. Hakeem, tries to find the damage there, but he just quite can't. So much damage coming out. The Reborn is very low. Look at that. God's coming in with a 2K. Wait a minute. This round is looking winnable now, but he is getting flanked from mid as well. He has to deal with both of these angles. McLaren is trying to sandwich him. Oh, but Twirl coming in with a backstab. Wait a minute. And God's, he has no ammo in the gun. What is going on right now? It gets the kill with the Deagle. Anyways, 3K. Crossfire wins the eco round with the Deagles. Wow, what an amazing performance from them there. I mean, I don't know what just happened. That was a little chaotic towards the end there, but they managed to make it work. And I think that's the first time we've seen a team win off of a full eco round in this best of 3 series. So I definitely love to see it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I was saying at the start of map number 3. Like, it's not just a server advantage that Saints has. Crossfire is a good team here. They can still play. Definitely that will come into play for Saints and could potentially help them. But Crossfire is here to play. Don't count them out. Don't count them out. I guess that's the moral of the story here. There's still easily a possibility for them to take the W here. Wow, Twirl doubled up with the SG sitting on the A site. Going for the third, man. The plays, the multiple feeds so far. I mean, what do we have? 10, I think. It's been nuts. Actually looking to finish off this last player here, but Twirl is going to take that away from him. 4-3, Crossfire takes the lead.
Yeah, and let's see if we can take a look at the scoreboard real quick, because I'm noticing the server this time is SG5. Instead of going for the AU server, I guess they picked a different one. Not really much of a difference though as far as the ping. I mean, I guess it's a little bit better for Crossfire. I wonder if they were kind of trying to pick maybe a slightly better server for them on purpose or not. Just sort of, out of respect or something. Because I understand the situation they're in. But, I mean, yeah, definitely still have that ping advantage. Look at that running headshot from Axis just opening up onto Rue there. And they're going to go for this B execute. Only Xe with the scar here. But it's going to be for the retake, not for holding down initially. Hakeem, full flash, he's able to find you. Like headshot, make it a third. What an amazing kill. He had no ammo. Make that the fourth. Going for the potential ace. He's not going to find it, but still incredible 4K from Hakeem there. I mean, what a great performance in that little round. They all just pushed him, and he got the kills nice and easily. I don't know how that player in house didn't drop him. He was full flashed, and he just managed to spray him down and get lucky.
Yeah, I mean, there have been so many MVP moments so far for all of these players. 5-3 here as we move into round number 9. Full buys coming in from Crossfire. Saints back in an eco, rocking all deagles. You can see Xe once again with that scar. I think that's probably his favorite gun. Just the amount he's used it so far here in this this series. But that is his favorite gun to use, just period. Rue, watching his mailbox here, is about to have a potential altercation here with Reborn. They don't quite have the angle to make eye contact just yet, but they're definitely working for it. McLaren wins a huge gunfight versus Xe. He doesn't care, it's his favorite gun. He'll put you down with the Eagle, no problem at all. Reborn gonna finish off Rue, and God coming up with a surprise frag kill there on McLaren. I bet he wasn't expecting that. Doubling up with the SG now. He's looking his mid side. Airy but get a big kill there on Twirl. Almost looked like he was AFK. Airy responding with that scar. That's a bit of a him right there.
It might have been a bit of a lag situation or something. I don't know. He kind of just stared at him and it did not press shoot.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate.
Yeah, probably just a ping issue here. But either way, Crossfire, I mean, I gotta admit, they're still doing better than I was expecting. I mean, again, they were starting on the Coalition side, but at least they are, having a pretty good start as far as, number of rounds they're getting. I mean, they've definitely been putting in the work versus Saints. So I wouldn't count them out just quite yet. I mean, they're putting up a pretty good fight. Now, this setup is interesting. They are leaving Hakeem alone to hold B. They're stacking 3 on A and having 1 sort of hold mid. This is a very interesting setup. Gambling that stack over towards A. I don't know if it'll work out in their favor. Oh, and the flash comes in. But they're not going to push off of it. I thought maybe Gods was going to get dropped there.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but they decided not to push him. Rue with the flashbang going into apartment. Right now, just all spread out here on the breach side. Beginning to group up, though, move towards this B site. Twirl with a big kill there on Reborn, who was just kind of lurking. Rue put it down Legion, and now the advantage is back in Crossfire's favor. Now you're sitting here, Saints. If Saints did choose this server to be a little more competitive, I don't know, maybe you might be regretting that, as Crossfire is poised to go ahead and strike and take the lead up to 2 here. We'll see if they're able to stop that and get the anti-venom in here. Go ahead and tie it back up 5-5. No nade stacking. Haven't seen that just yet.
I think part of it is Crossfire knows if they nade stack, they got to deal with it on the flip. Saints will probably do it in return. So exactly. I think they're probably not wanting to do it just quite yet. Oh, and look at that. The nice headshot flick. Man, this dude has been on fire on the B site.
Seriously, that angle he has right over there by the market stand. Incredible. You can't get him off of it.
I tell you what, the one thing that could get him off of it is if we see some Scar H gameplay from Saints in return, because I tell you what, you scope in on that angle, you're probably winning that gunfight every time.
That is definitely true, but Saints doesn't seem to be doing that.
And this time, same setup. Look at this, 3A. Legion opening up with 1. Now flash coming. Oh my god, XE threw that flash straight onto them. They all are just full blind. Somehow he gets dropped in the midst of all the chaos, but Saints, I think they're going to take this site pretty easily. Hakeem chucking a frag in there. Oh wait, and we were just talking about nade stacking. Okay, I don't know. I think he just picked up the nade from his teammate. I don't think that was really much of a nade stack, but a bit of a double nade coming out there. As of right now, Hakeem is in a 1v4. Probably not going to pull this one off. I mean, we've seen him get some nice kill feeds on the B side. I don't know if he's gonna be able to carry that over towards this A retake. I mean, Saints, they're spread out pretty well. Hakeem able to find 1 on the Legion though, tries to spot McLaren there but can't get the kill. It's gonna be the Scar H to win that gunfight. And we are heading into the final round of the half. The question is, are Saints going to tie it up, or will Crossfire maintain the same lead? If they do get the lead here, it will be the same score that they had on Grounded going into the flip. So that's a little fun fact.
Crossfire going in with the lead, or are we going to be tied up here? We'll see. Twirled, Super 90 out. About to catch Axis off guard, but that pre-fire really worked for him there. He was able to drop Twill, but a lot of damage still done to Axis, below 25 HP. A minute 25 left here on the clock.
XE, oh man, I really want them to push XE here.
I know, I really wanted to see it too.
Oh, that flash, so he's gonna get aggressive. Look at this play. Oh, he can't find the kill. The damage is there, but not the kills, unfortunately. Look at those double flashes. I mean, these players are so blind, and they're lining up as well. They can't see anything. God's gonna get dropped. Hakeem able to find 1, but he's gonna get dropped soon after. Nice and clean round by Saints there. And yeah, tie it up going into the flip. It's gonna be 6-6. As of right now, if you're Saints, you might be feeling a bit confident. I mean, it's tied up, and the map can be coalition-sided based on how it's played, and it's your own server. You got to be thinking, you know, we're able to take this one home and secure our spot heading into the conference rounds. But, I mean, you never know.
No, you don't know. You definitely cannot count out Crossfire here. You 100% can. Definitely can upset them. Your Saints, do you decide to go ahead and nade stack? I don't know. Again, I don't know if there's a little gentleman's agreement going on in the background. Definitely Super 90s and Scars are on the table. But do you go ahead and do some nade stacking? Again, you got to do what you got to do to win. Sometimes that's what you got to do on this map. Pull out those nades. We'll see. It's early on here. We'll see how they decide to play the coalition side. going back to the stats once again, this is a map Saints have yet to lose on. 6 wins in tournament settings, and they have yet to lose compared to the 2 losses that Crossfire's faced. But as you
Ooh.
mentioned earlier, sometimes the losses can really help a team out because they're able to go back to as long as they're doing this and they can go back and reflect and go to the drawing board and see what worked and what didn't work and adjust on it. Those couple losses can really come in handy.
Oh yeah, 100%. And we're seeing a lot of gunfights coming out. Reborn is just going to get surrounded. McLaren gets dropped as well. Crossfire might actually win this pistol round. This could give them a nice advantage that wasn't expected. Yeah, Legion whiffing every single shot with that Deagle when he's surrounded. I know I was talking about the on port as well. Like, these players, I feel like they go in panic mode with this Deagle. I mean, we're seeing it again here on Airy. He finally gets the kill on Taru, but Twirl is going to refrag. But yeah, it's like, I feel like these players, they haven't practiced that Deagle spam as much, which, don't get me wrong, it's a very tough gun to use. But I think it's kind of funny when you see like all the whiffed shots there. It's like they're just going in full panic mode, just doing whatever they can to try and get the kill, and it's not working out in their favor.
Yeah, and again, as you mentioned, like the Europe region typically has better control. They spend a little more time investing into properly knowing how to use the Deagle. They've really honed their skills with the Deagle, and it really pays off for them. I mean, I've seen rounds in Europe where they can go full Deagles and win out against assault rifles. It helps. It's worth it. Speaking of assault rifles, though, there's Airy working with the shotgun. Not quite the assault rifle, but there's Akeem putting axes down, preventing that shotgun blast from coming in. It's 4 players alive here on the side of Saints, as well as Crossfire. Dueling out here by the mailbox. Reborn goes ahead and pops the reload, but not anybody coming to face him. They're all moving up here towards A, close, grouped up. XC's got that scar out, and Crossfire is looking good here. Shotgun is in the hands of Airy. He tried to defend with this on the site, but he's all the way over on B.
Oh, they're going to knife him. No, that's toxic.
Amen. You're making a statement here. Crossfire is... Dang.
Hey, I mean, if think about it, man, they saw the opportunity. That's 1,500 in the bank right there.
Yeah, it is. Definitely, again, you gotta do anything you possibly can to win. I understand you got a gentleman's agreement on the nade stacking. Totally respect that. I usually like to have a gentleman's agreement on that, but you get the 1,500 opportunity. That is the difference between winning and losing potentially. I'm looking at the YouTube poll just quickly before we get into round number 15 here. 62% in favor of Saints, 38% in favor of Crossfire. Crossfire is looking hot. I know it's early on here in the second half, but they're looking really good.
Oh yeah, 100%. And even now, Saints aren't really on a full buy. The M4s are kind of weaker compared to the rifles that Crossfire have purchased. I mean, M4 is not winning a gunfight versus a Scar unless they just, get the upper hand with the surprise element or something. If it comes to a direct gunfight, though, yeah, just like that Twirl, nice headshot on that long-range gunfight. Mid is a really place where we'll be seeing the Scar come into play a lot. I mean, mid and A side probably, like that aim at angle, yeah, right there. I mean, those little head glitches and leg peeks, the Scar really dominates on those. And Twirl already finds that huge impact for the 2 opening picks. Now, Airy trying to get one, he's able to drop Hakeem, but we have a 2v4 retake in our hands for Saints. And Crossfire is securing even more money for themselves with a bomb plant. I mean, they should be good as far as the money department. And Saints, they got to be a little bit nervous right now. They're letting Crossfire win the rounds. They're letting them build up money. I mean, pretty soon they should be, getting close to maximum cash if they keep it up at this rate.
Yeah, and that bomb being planted over and over again really is nice to go ahead and compound that interest. Just getting a little extra cash 3-4 times in a row. Like you said, they'll be at the max cash here very quickly. I think this is a good decision by Saints to try to save these guns here. Reborn is in a little bit more of a difficult situation than Airy is. He's down there by elbow. Reborn getting 1. I think Airy's going to be able to back up and stay with his life as well. They were able to save those 2 guns going in here to round number 16. But 6-9. 6-9 here, folks. Crossfire is 1 round away from crossing that double-digit mark.
Yeah, they could very well do it. I mean, we're seeing, more of a full buy, and the Scars are coming out. Actually, no Scars, I lied. The shotgun is coming out from McLaren, though. I don't know if they will contest him or not, but he's holding a nice little cheeky angle here.
Yeah, really right now for Saints, of course, you need a round win, but maybe even more so than a round win right now. You just need a little extra cash. You go ahead and get that loss bonus again. And then going into the next round, you can go ahead and put a couple points on the board and start closing that gap.
Man,
XE
McLaren
loves that
patiently
scar.
waiting.
Yep. I think Rue knows he's here, or maybe not. Maybe he's just really taking his time. I'm not quite sure based on the crosshair positioning. Definitely going to be an opportunity here for McLaren. I don't know if they hear his steps or not. The way Rue's moving, like, I'm really confused. I don't know if he hears him or not. But oh my gosh.
Oh!
Boom. I don't know if you heard him or not, but he
Oh, he
definitely
gets a
heard that.
second! Somehow, he found a second there. I didn't think he was gonna get two.
My gosh. Hakeem has been big in this map, the number 3 for his team Crossfire. Twirl and him are the last players up to live compared to Axis, Reborn, and Airy here on the side of Saints. They do have the man advantage. They are moving back here towards their spawn on the side of the breach, making just a little bit of noise here, seeing if they can go ahead and get anybody to peek out. Plenty of grenades there on the floor to pick up and go ahead and spam up towards a bomb site. I would assume that's the site they're going to go towards. That's the closest one they're at. They only have 18 seconds to work with. Beginning to move up. Airy coming back should catch Hakeem off guard, but doesn't even need to. Axis is able to handle him just easily, and Airy finishes off Twirl. There's that round Saints has been looking for. It's the first point on the board since the flip.
Oh yeah, this round was very important because it was going to be 6-10 at this point, and it would not have been a good spot for Saints. So this round was important for them considering their bit of a losing streak. And yeah, Crossfire, they have to take an eco now. Interestingly enough, we do see a couple shotguns, so maybe they'll try and find some cheeky kills with those, just to try and get some extra money on the board for them. Axis holding this interesting angle, but he's forced to back up. Look at this, though. They're just pushing in with the shotguns. Airy doubling up, though. What is going on? He finds 4 with a quick spray down succession. What just happened? I heard so many gunshots, so many shotgun blasts and everything, and that round ended so quickly. Airy cleaning it up nice and easily for Saints. And it's looking like they could potentially tie this up unless Crossfire can pull off this round. They are able to full buy now. We can see the scars coming back out from Twirl and XE.
Yeah, we know XE can definitely utilize that scar. We'll see if he's able to do it round number 18, though. Saints is on more weight. They're ready to play. XE making a lot of noise with that scar over there towards mid. That frag grenade coming in, doing just a little bit of damage, forcing him to back up, and Reborn with a quick angle shot, putting him down on the ground. I wonder if his teammate will pick that scar up or not. Twirl coming up. Hakeem gets an insane wall bang. I'm surprised he's able to hit that headshot right there. McLaren going to eliminate Twirl. Not going to be able to utilize those scars at all here in round number 18, getting them out of there. And the man advantage is still in favor of Saints here. Hakeem looking to see if he can get anybody to push them. You know, something I would like to check the scoreboard after this round. I think Rue is running negative. Haven't seen much. That was a sub coming in from Crossfire. For map number 3, there's Hakeem.
Oh, Legion putting in the work, almost finds 3, but Gods is going to refrag there. However, he's on a 1v2, and Axis is coming in with this surprise flank, but Reborn is going to find the pick anyways. And yeah, Saints tying it up, and they're definitely picking it up now. They let Crossfire get a bit of momentum, but now they're starting to turn it around.
Yep, there it is. 8-15 here for Crossfire for Rue. Again, KD doesn't matter as much. I mean, you can see XE is at 7-10. XE's had some big plays though, but 8-15, you're almost double negative. That begins to hurt your team just a little bit. Now it sucks because as well, Rue coming into this not warmed up. This is the first map he's playing in. You're coming into map number 3 versus players who are all warmed up.
Oh, what? What is this?
Wow.
Okay, I don't know if that was a blunder or not. He just whipped out the knife and said, I don't care, taking my life or something. McLaren coming and trying to find the works, but no, the HK's not even there. It's not the weapon that you want to have for that gunfight, and he's going to get dropped. We're already down to a 2 versus 5. Somehow Crossfire might win this eco round, which I definitely was not expecting. Reborn gets tagged there. He's gonna find the kill, but he is pretty low. I mean, no arm. I shouldn't say low, but no armor. Guns will definitely do a lot more damage to him. Now he's definitely 1 or 2 shot from a rifle.
Bomb being planted here by Crossfire. That's some extra cash coming in for them. Definitely have the man advantage here. 4 up for them, only 2 alive on the side of Team Saints. They have tied it up, but they're looking like they're going to lose this round here. Now going to save. Airy pushing in, trying to get a couple kills. There's Hakeem. He has just been absolutely nuts. Gods puts down Airy, and Crossfire has retaken the lead here. I saw the comment section. Personal saying, told you, comeback incoming from Saints. It's definitely possible here, but count Crossfire out just yet.
Yeah, 100%. And another thing to consider, I mean, this map, it's not like this match is whoever loses, they'll still be sent to the loser brackets and get one more chance to play. But definitely for the team who wins, they're guaranteed to move on. So it will probably be nice to have that sense of comfort of just knowing you get to move on to the conference rounds. And I do believe they will automatically be in like the top 8 at that point, versus the top 16. So it will be nice for them at least to safely move on. But either way, yeah, that right now Saints, they definitely need to try and pull this through. They're down right now, and they need to get this round. Tying it up would be huge for them. Oh,
Crossfire
and
moving in.
Legion, full flashed.
Oh, Axis. Oh,
Oh,
so close to picking those kills up.
so much damage there, but no kills. That's just unfortunate.
It's a sea of yellow, man. Only one player up to live here. It's Reborn. Crossfire planted the bomb once again, and it's Rue coming in and getting the kill there now on Reborn. 11-9 here. Crossfire is inching ever closer to that
And
magic
look at
number
the
of
money.
13. Yep,
I mean, these
exactly.
guys can't even fool by. This is, I don't know, definitely a bit of a throw off. I mean, again, looking back at those map the votes earlier as well, I mean 77% in favor of Saints. I mean, it would be pretty insane if we had an upset like that this early into uh the series.
Yeah, most definitely. Score back into the hands of Exy here.
Oh, McLaren, will he find the value with the shotgun here? That is the question. He's about to get contested by Rue here. Able to
Boom!
pick up that kill. That's going to be huge. Nice money for him secured as well heading into future rounds. That money is very important heading into the last final rounds because Crossfire, they're so rich. So Saints need to try and secure whatever money they possibly can. Um,
Yeah, especially if Crossfire is able to win this round. That momentum definitely seems to be in their favor. Crossfire has done a phenomenal job of controlling the momentum and pace here in map number 3. You just saw the previous round where they really slowed it down and they worked carefully and waited until the last 50 seconds to go ahead and push the bomb site. It was really quiet. Now they're speeding up and pushing it. They're doing a phenomenal job of working the pace and switching things up.
oh, and Reborn,
Reborn.
that's the bomb. They left the bomb alone in mid, and now he's this stairs angle. But no, XE run and gun. There it is. That is why the Scar is amazing. Run and gun, headshot with it. He's just able to use that weapon to his full advantage. XE is going to get dropped. We're now in a 2 versus 2. McLaren is in the one-shot department. However, Twirl is as well. But look at this angle from McLaren. He's able to secure the bomb from a cheeky little angle, and I don't think Hakeem wins this. I mean, 17 seconds on the clock, and he's probably not going to expect Ari to be holding this angle. I think Hakeem just saves the gun. I mean, surely he doesn't go for this. I guess he does push into the A side, but he's going to get dropped. A huge turn of events. I thought Crossfire might win that round, but definitely that bomb being alone towards mid is what ended up throwing it for them there.
Yeah, it was an interesting decision to see them do that because the bomb carrier so far for Crossfire has really been close to the main unit moving over towards the bomb site. They've gotten the bomb planted multiple times. I think the most in any of the maps we've seen so far. It's been the most on this map so far on Crossfire's breach side. A lot of bomb plants really helped Saints out there. It might just be the shift in the tides that Saints needs in order to go ahead and tie this up and move over to match point.
Definitely, and I mean, I will at least say, if Crossfire wins this round, they are going to fix, or I guess reset that loser bonus for Saints, and they will probably be pretty broke. So that will be a little interesting, if Crossfire can pull this round off. It's a very important one for them at least, for the money department, because I think Crossfire are a bit more safe as far as being able to buy the rest of this game. It looks like we might see a bit of an A-long executed at Legion, finding the nade, picking up the second one for him, and McLaren holding this angle with the Scar. Now we can see he's using the Scar in return here to try and hold these angles. Rue is going to find that pick, but it is currently a 1v5 for him, and he's not going to win it out. Legion getting that kill, and yeah, Saints, they're tying it up. We see the Scar coming out, and I mean, it's just finding its value in these tight angles, these leg peeks, these head glitches. That is exactly where you want to be using the Scar. It's not used much previously in competitive gameplay. Now we're seeing it come into play a lot here.
Yeah, you kind of want to use it more like a sniper rifle, holding those little tight angles. And the benefit of this is You don't get the one shot, but you do have the ability to unleash a lot of damage really quickly in a full auto manner. What you want to do with it. McLaren really utilizing it quite
Oh
well
yeah,
here.
and also just the fact that you can be mobile with it and still be accurate. I
Yep.
mean, he's literally able to jiggle peek like this, just throw these people off. Legion opening up onto Twirl. That's going to be the sniper dropped for Crossfire. Definitely not what they wanted. McLaren tries to find the kill there, but he cannot. Rue doubling up. What a nice little headshot flick onto Legion there. Crossfire opening up with 2 picks. That's going to be pretty huge. It looks like they're trying to take A side by storm. Yeah, Hakeem drops Axis on that B side. Ari is anchoring the A side alone right now. He's going to have to put in a lot of value for Saints on this round. But no, Xe, what is that flick with the Scar? This round is insane. And Crossfire looking to win it out. Reborn able to find one. He's left in a 1v4. I don't think he can win this one out unless they get on discipline. But yeah, Xe is able to just drop him. And Crossfire, they're looking to take the win here. We are currently at match point 12-11.
They were able to pick up the sniper rifle as well, thrown into the hands of Rue. By the way, shout out to Rue. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. I believe that is the proper pronunciation. Coming up big in that round number 23, getting a 2K, has been struggling a little bit, just not as warmed up as his other teammates, but that really helped him being able to step up or helped his teammates out, stepping up in that crucial moment to get that 2K and allowing them to get that bomb plant over on the side of A. Match point here. Saints knows it. It's a do or die situation here.
Oh yeah, they gotta be a little bit nervous, you know. I mean, they've been playing kind of aggressive and taking, you know, risky peeks. They don't want to do that much anymore. McLaren finding a nice little wallbang headshot spam there with the M4. That low recoil really helping him out to find that nice and easy pick. And Crossfire, they're currently down a man. McLaren getting even more damage. God, super low. This is looking, at least in Saints' favor as far as the HP department. They should have the advantage coming into this round. They have the double setup on B as well. Crossfire is coming in for this execute. Now the Scars might find some nice value here. If Twirl and Xe can get the nice opening picks that they need. Reborn coming in with that frag chip damage. Yeah, nades come out. Xe does find one, but I don't think it'll matter because the refrag comes out ultimately as well.
Oh, McLaren
Xe gets tagged down very low.
Big play there by McLaren to win that gunfight versus Xe. The amount of damage was done to them. Twirl is ultimately going to finish him off, but McLaren really hurting him. Now Twirl getting out of there at Legion.
Oh, the nade.
The frag kill. And what looked like almost like Crossfire's being able to bring it back here and take it and just close the game out. Saints has been able to stay alive here. Last player up to live is Rue with the SG in hand.
I mean, surely he'll just save it, right? There's no way he has time to do anything.
You'd think. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna save it.
Yeah, making a little bit of noise, I guess trying to get him to come towards him.
Coalition wins.
Maybe get one kill. I'm not quite sure what that was, the little bit of spam there. I guess it's a potential angle to go ahead and work, but a little risky. 12-12, we're match point. Here we go. Full buys, no reason to hold it back. It looks like these teams will easily be able to afford all types of...
Well, actually, hold on. Xe not able to afford a Scar. Now, Twirl did buy one, but it doesn't look like they're going to be trading. But yeah, Xe has been popping off with that Scar. Now, they're going to have to use the AK for this round. Twirl, the only one with the Scar, and it's been putting in a lot of work for Crossfire here. And it all comes down to Twirl. Can he do it again? Now, they're also lacking a bit of utility, which is interesting. Again, the money really isn't there for them after this round. But this is a match point for all the marbles. I mean, 12-12. It can't get any more serious than this. Whoever wins moves on to the conference rounds.
Yeah, huge round here. This is it. It's all come down to this best of 3, third map into round number 25. Not bad for the first stream here for the Worlds Tournament. Taking their time, but time is not on the side of Crossfire. You get an opening pick. Legion has spotted them some valuable information, and he whiffs that frag, so that would have been so clutch if he was able to get that out there and start softening those players up, but instead, this goes totally wasted. That flashbang coming out there, making all those players have to spread like cockroaches when you turn the light on. McLaren able to pop the reload, and he's ready for them to come back for another try here. Rue does have a full set of nades, and God also has a frag grenade to work with. There it is. Legion opening up, putting out Twirl, trying to go for the 2Ks, almost able to do it, but it's Rue to put it on the ground. Hakeem eliminating McLaren. And now, what do you do here on the side of Crossfire? There seems to be debating between A and B, but it seems like A is going to be the decided choice here now. Reborn working those B stairs. That's what's going to force him on over. Ari puts down Rue, trying to double up here. It's going to be Xe in a big crucial gunfight, but he loses it. It's Hakeem versus Ari here. And Reborn. Actually, take it back. It's God. Hakeem got dropped. Back and forth here, and it's Team Saints doing the impossible, bringing it back and taking the W. An incredible round there by Crossfire, but they just didn't have enough stamina to move across the finish line.
Yeah, amazing performance there. That final round specifically, they had some nice little teamwork there. He didn't really peek out and take the gunfight, which was very smart. They essentially forced him to push up, and they knew time wasn't in the favor of Crossfire, and ultimately Saints pulled through. Again, it was very close. I mean, Crossfire they played with the ping disadvantage on that
Mhm.
map, and they still made it so close. I mean, 13-12. You got to respect the effort. Again, they're not fully out of the tournament quite yet. They will still go into the losers bracket and play one more game. But
Yeah,
at least Saints have secured their spot going forward.
yeah, most definitely. I was gonna say it's so unfortunate. I'm looking at Rue at 13-20. It just stinks. You come into map number 3 as a sub. You're not as warmed up. I mean, these players have just played 2 competitive matches. They're warmed up. Their shots are going to be more on. He doesn't have a full opportunity to show what he's made of. And if you'd had, I forget who he subbed in for. Trying to go back and remember, looking here at the roster, whoever he subbed in for, if he'd been still in the game, could have been again, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it could have been a different story there. But ultimately, Saints takes the W over Crossfire, and they will have secured their spot. Crossfire dropping down a losers bracket, and will be taking on Team Aries. I believe that will be played off stream. Well played by Crossfire, though. Definitely a very impressive showing versus Saints. I'm hoping to see them later on in the tournament. Chat, an incredible exciting round there in map number 3. That round number 25 was phenomenal. Looking at the YouTube poll, 60% in favor at the end of Team Saints, 40% in favor of Team Crossfire. I believe we're going to bring up that bracket now we were just talking about.
Yeah, and so like as you guys can see from this bracket here, it was obviously initially going to be Saints versus Crossfire, the winner moving on, and Saints did end up winning, so they're going to be moving on to the finals, as you guys can see, or I guess not to the finals, but to the conference rounds. Crossfire, they ended up losing. They're going to drop down to that elimination number 2 in the losers bracket. They're going to have to play versus Team Aries. The winner of that match will be moving on. So Crossfire not technically out of the tournament just quite yet,
Yep.
but they still have a chance to go and try and move on. However, Saints have secured their position moving forward.
Indeed. Good game to Saints. Once again, here's the match schedule popping up on screen right now, folks. We will have another match taking place in the South American region later today. That's starting at 4:50 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Axel Gaming versus Evil Vision. That should be a phenomenal matchup. If you are new around here, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. And I highly recommend that you either join the Discord server or follow us on Twitter and turn notifications on just so you make sure you get notified. Sometimes YouTube doesn't notify it, even though you've requested to be notified. It just depends on the day. And this is a matchup I don't think you're going to want to miss. This will be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the South American matchup. And what's cool as well is you'll be able to see the difference between the way Asia plays today and then later in the day, the way South America plays. And it's totally different play styles.
Oh yeah, 100%. They're gonna be completely different, and also just the fact that the team's playing. I mean, Axel Gaming, Evil Vision are for forever, as long as I can remember. They have been the favorites of South America. I mean, I can't remember a time that. I mean, obviously other teams have always shown presence, but it's just Evil Vision has been the most prominent one that's stuck around for a while. They're kind of like the reign of South America, as you could say. Um, like they've just been super dominant for such a long time in that region. So definitely, the more favored match for South America that's going to be playing should be very interesting to see that
Yeah,
when we
definitely. I
actually
think
do get to that match, which is going to be later today, obviously, as we said before.
Yep, exactly. And you can go ahead and do the time conversions. Again, it's 4:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We had a couple other times up there. You can rewind back and pause the stream if you want. I believe that is about all we got for today. Again, next stream coming up here in a few hours. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're new around here, ring that notification bell and drop a like. Also, don't forget to head over to gfuel.com and use that code esportsmobile to get 20% off your purchase. It won't be here this week, but guess what? You can go ahead and get it for next week. So be ready for some more of these incredible World matchups coming. There's a lot of streams coming for Worlds. We're so excited here. Again, folks, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. If you're new around here, subscribe, and we'll see you here around 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for Evil Vision versus Axel Gaming. Manthus, you got anything else you want to say before we head out?
And overall, just great games. A good performance by both teams. I know it kind of sucks when you see that cross region stuff happening, which will be happening a lot for Worlds. I mean, we're playing Worlds. You'll be seeing different playing each other a lot, and like different ping differences, stuff like that. But ultimately, I gotta respect it to Crossfire. I mean, they put up a really good fight considering they didn't have the ping on their side. So definitely it was a very good match and very close as well. I mean, 13-12 on the final map. You always love to see it. I know those votes were heavily in favor of Saints, so definitely everyone who voted for them is probably, they're breathing a sigh of relief right now, considering that Crossfire almost won that. It was literally a one round difference, so they got to be feeling a little bit better now that Saints managed to pull that through.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Again, well played to both teams. Congratulations to Saints on moving on. Chat, Sudden Death and Mantis here, signing out, and we'll see you somewhere soon. Well, actually, pretty soon on the internet. Peace.